Who would like to do our recap for last session?
Oh, Vinny Boy does. I guess Chase is doing it.
No, Chase doesn't do that.
Hey, I'm sick.
No.
Well, it's either going to be that or it's going to be everyone takes turns doing it.
All right. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to drink this Bloody Mary. It's horrible.
I actually can't remember. I'm trying to remember.
So, okay. So 2 new characters came into the fray.
Mm-hmm.
We got myself and we got Bob the Bruiser.
The Bruiser.
Bella, we let me think. We interviewed the 5 suspects and kind of got information out of them. Yep. Belladonna acted very suspiciously during these interviews, and we're kind of like, I don't know about this chick.
Right.
Let me see. I cocked it up with Tyler, and she kicked my ass, and that's pretty much it. Like I can't really think of too much. So it was more of an introductory day than anything, right?
Right. Training day.
Yeah.
You got your training wheels.
Right, vampire training wheels.
I still need them.
Right. Hold on,
I'm totally on training wheels.
Ridiculous hair. Hold on a second. Driving me mad.
He's got an afro going on. Is that intentional, do you guys think? Or we should tell him to just go for it. You know what I mean? Just go for the whole height. Yeah.
So have you two got a plan? Tell me you got a plan. You must have a plan.
I got a plan. I got a busy day. I'm planned.
Does it really?
Well,
does it have anything to do with porn?
What?
Because of the Playboy stuff.
No, it was just the first. Okay. If I mentioned magazine to you, what was the first magazine that you would come up with? That was the first magazine I could come up with.
Hunting and Fishing.
There's a hunting and fishing magazine.
I don't know.
What's that one the mercenaries advertise in?
Mad Magazine.
Mad Magazine was a good call, actually, being in the 90s as well. It was it was the big thing back then.
I know, I was alive in the 90s.
You were alive in the 90s?
I'm pretty sure we all were.
Yep, pretty sure we were all alive in the 90s.
Not as alive as me, though. I'm more alive than any of you.
Oh,
such claims, right, Barry?
Actually, I'm closer to death than any of you.
I don't know. I could trip over tomorrow and break my neck. You never know. I can barely stand up without. Anyway, never mind.
That can't happen.
Enough of all that bullshit. Stop talking nonsense, for God's sake. We're trying to play a game here. Right. So recap. We had. You guys met at the cave, which you have discovered, Vincent, is the center of operations for the anti-Sabbat unit, or whatever the hell you're calling yourselves. Did you come up with a name?
Yes, no, I did.
Because you're useless.
I did.
You did? Oh, yeah.
With a K, Night Watch.
Very original.
Oh, yeah, well, go on, think of something better.
I did. The anti-Sabbat unit.
By the time we said that, we'd all be dead.
Anti-Sabbat, what was the one that had ASS?
What was it?
Syndicate?
Anti-Sabbat Syndicate or Squad. That's
Squad. Anti-Sabbat Squad. ASS. Ass. Yeah, I thought that was the most appropriate.
That would go well.
I don't think I like that.
You prefer the Night Watch. Well, there's a series of books and a movie based on that name, all about vampires. So.
Yep, but are we going to get in trouble if we use it?
I don't know. Question is, do you really, really want to use it?
It's up to the other two.
Well, and Joe and Garth.
Yes.
So the other 4.
They might not want to use it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so what were you literally doing last time we left this story?
I think we've taken care of the 5 people. They're off. We've given them some bullshit excuse that's taken care of.
Right.
And I guess we went to sleep at that point. Joe was already tucked away in his Lawrence was already tucked away in his bed, and I'd
Right.
say,
He was studying.
We had to figure out where we went.
Right, because you were at, that's right, because you were at the chantry at that point. So
We
from
probably
there,
shouldn't stay here.
so I know that what's his face, Garth's character, Bob. He is. I know where he's gone. He's gone back to the place where he's staying. So, did he have a car?
He had a bike.
He did. Right. He had a bike. Right. So
technically he didn't at that point because he left the bike at the hospital, if I remember right. Because
Was it though?
Right.
But anyway, so we all went back to our places, I
Back to your
guess.
various places. Where are you staying, Vincent?
I'm staying at my house.
At your house.
Well,
Right.
there's no point in having a family mansion if you're not, sitting there and, drinking Bloody Marys in the middle of the night.
Right. Now, where you've just returned to Chicago, though, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, what state is this house in? Is it empty and full of memories?
Oh, yes. Yes, very much so. So I sent the servants. That was what I was doing, like in the backstory. Basically, they all sent ahead of me
Right.
to get things organized before I showed up. So
there's
technically there
paintings
is a
being
house there.
moved in, and there's furniture being shifted around and uncovered.
100 years of dust being
Cleaned
thrown
up.
away on rugs. Back in the days when they used to put blankets on everything, and
So everything's
put
covered in
everything.
blankets, basically
Yeah.
white sheets. Right. Right.
Were you from Vietnam? Or is that were you from Vietnam or something? Like I know you and Chase knew each other.
So we met in Vietnam through various enterprises and so forth.
Nefarious enterprises, but I didn't say that out loud.
Various. He said not nefarious.
All right. Right. Okay. So, Vincent, you're in your house now. You've gotten home from all of this business, and you're wandering around the house. It's very dark. The power has only been installed in some parts of the house. For some reason, the place has got different switches, different circuits, and so they're trying to figure out how to get electricity to some of the wings of the house.
That would make sense.
So old. And so the part that you're in presently is very dark. I don't know, why you heightened senses, or what do you have to see with, or do you have a torch?
No heightened senses.
Just walk.
But I mean, I grew up in this house, and just like my own house, I could close my eyes and I could walk around it blindfolded and still know where all the door switches are, and you know what I mean? Like,
right. Can you make a perception alertness check?
I sure can. Let me see if I remember how to do this.
The moonlight is coming in through the high windows into this particular room that you're in, this high attic. Perhaps you're checking out the attic.
Here we go. How did I go? 0 successes.
0 successes.
Apparently, I don't know my own home very well.
Well, everything seems normal, but you think you have this strange, creepy feeling going up the back of your spine. Thank you, Barry. There's this strange sensation that you're being watched, Vincent.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'd try and look around and see if I can figure out what I'm doing here. Why am I getting this feeling all of a sudden?
Looking around, and there's various things in this room. Some old statues that used to be down in the garden have been moved up here, and they're covered in sheets too. And you hear this voice. You think you're not sure if it's in your head or not. I can give you your soul back, Vincent.
Who's that? Is anyone there?
Nothing.
Okay, it's starting to freak me out a little bit.
Can you make another perception alertness check?
Yes, I sure can.
You want to make an investigation check instead of perception alertness?
Oh,
perception investigation.
I could actually, maybe. Three successes.
3 successes. One of the statues that's over there under one of the sheets, literally turns around. The top half of it just spins around, like almost mechanically.
And it's under a sheet.
The top half of it just swivels around towards you, and the sheet slides off it, revealing this man, this figure of marble beneath it, looking at you.
Who are you? What are you doing in my home?
You hear this voice in your head. I can give you your soul back, Vincent.
Who are you? What do you want?
You go unconscious.
Okay.
You literally just pass out. You're going to wake up the next night in your box with your various servants nearby. What's your top dude's name?
Benson.
Benson's standing over you. Sir, are you all right? Wake up.
Yeah, I'm fine. What happened? I don't remember getting into my box.
You collapsed upstairs, sir.
Was there anyone else here? I remember hearing someone.
No, nobody else here. Just you. This is very unlike you, sir. I've never seen this happen before.
I've never had this happen to me before either. What's going on? Okay. Get Julia to double the guard. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on and at least make sure this doesn't happen again. I feel someone was in here last night.
Someone was in here? Really? How could they possibly have gotten in?
I'm not sure, but this warrants an investigation. I don't know what's going on here, but this I can't have this happening every night.
Certainly not, sir. Certainly not. Very well. Okay, so they begin an investigation and they start looking into this. Do you want me to call the police, sir?
No police. No, we don't need this to get outside the household. Let's keep it to ourselves for now and see if we can figure out what's going on.
Very good, sir. Very good. Okay, so that's your waking up moment. Charlie, say Bella Sage Adonna.
Yep.
Sage Adonna.
Yeah.
You wake up.
Okay. That's good.
It's always good.
Am I at home?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna hop out of my box.
Yep.
And just go see how the store's gone. Let's go looking for Zora.
Zora. Yeah. She's downstairs. She's going through some new tarot decks.
Oh. I'll join her.
Okay.
Hi there, sweetheart.
Good evening. Are you well?
Yeah. Yep. Pretty good.
Yep. What are we doing tonight? Anything important that you need me for?
Not currently. How is Nyanga? Did Rita and her get along?
Yes, we all got along very well. I very much like Inyanga. She is very kind.
She is, yeah.
And she was kind to Rita as well.
That's good. She looks after us. New tarot, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, these new ones. Do you like this one? This is some kind of Indian wolf tarot.
I'll crack it open and have a look.
All right, looks very commercial. It's made by someone clearly trying to make a buck. You don't think they really know their tarot, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, one day we'll get a decent tarot set in. Do you have a decent one, Zora?
Well, I always use the Rider-Waite deck, or maybe the Thoth deck is the two top decks, really. But there's this new Enochian deck. I really like this one.
Oh, really?
And there's this Santeria deck. Yeah, not bad.
Awesome.
You know, I like the way the Santeria deck, they incorporate everything, you know, everything from this particular deck. They incorporate, like, Darth Vader is one of the barons of death.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I
Yeah.
really think these will sell. The ones that you're mentioning, it sounds like it would be hard to find people to buy them, but they would be the best.
I don't know if it's so hard, you know. I think maybe it's the way you sell them. Also, we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a new box of crystals have come in today as well, so we're looking after those.
Oh, excellent. Okay, well, look after Rita. If you could maybe swing by our place tomorrow during the day, and just see if everything's looking okay. If it isn't, don't bother about approaching it or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I should probably go out. I've got something to do.
All right.
Hmm.
Well, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
If there's anything that you need, you know, you just make sure to tell me. I will do
Okay.
it. I'll make sure it's done.
Before I go, should I give Rita another
What?
dose of?
Probably should. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It
Okay.
will help her.
Well, how about I go make her a tea first,
Okay.
and I'll just put it inside there.
All right.
I will go grab some herbs from the garden, and then make a tea, and sprinkle some blood in. Extra shell.
Sprinkle some blood into the tea.
Mm.
Very well. You do that, and it all is good.
I give it to her.
All right. She drinks it. She seems to be a little bit more settled now, and she's very thankful.
That's good.
Right.
Her kitten.
And she's got her kitten. The kitten's playing in a box right now.
Oh my freaking god. That's stupid cute.
Yep.
Mm.
It's got like a little toy that she's made for it out of some scraps. Right.
Kind of. I need to go see someone.
Someone.
Can I say it?
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, look, these are very professional players. They know what's in and out of bounds, right? So they just have to remember that player information is not character information. So la 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 la.
I'm going to seek this sleeper.
Okay. Well.
Yep. And do a better job of it than the stupid Sabat.
You have the phone number of the one you know as Yaryan.
Mm-hmm.
And he answers the phone.
Hello.
Hello, this is Yaryan.
Hi, Yaryan. This is Belladonna.
I know who it is. It's your number on my phone.
Right. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to modern technology. Can we meet somewhere, perhaps?
Okay, sure. Do you want me to come to you, or do you want to come to me? Probably easier I come to you, honestly.
Yeah. Come over.
Okay. You're going to be there in maybe 25 minutes?
Perfect.
Okay, I'll see you then.
Okay.
Be good.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
For that time, I'll just help make some salves and stuff.
Okay.
Some
All right.
crafty stuff.
Chase. Where do you wake up? You got a truck for a home right now. You're on mute, buddy.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, welcome, Joe.
Howdy, family.
Barry?
How's it going, Joe?
Okay. We probably got the truck and sealed it up as best we could, because I didn't want to ask Belle if I could spend another night on her floor.
Right.
Because that would have been just cheeky. So we probably got the truck and we sealed it up as best we could. And us poor buggers are maybe in her driveway in the truck.
Okay, so the truck's in Belle's driveway.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Belle's what's her name? Zora says to you, by the way, Your friend Chase, his truck is in the driveway. We got to get it out of there. People are trying to park to come in.
Okay. I'll go do that now. Thank you, Zora. I will knock on his window or door or something. I don't know where he is. He's in the back, isn't he? So
Yeah, he'd be in the back.
Yeah, you can hear shuffling around and words like, "Oh, we gotta do better than this." I mean,
can you close the door from inside?
pardon what we're.
Can now that Jimmy's Jimmied it.
Oh, he's so clever.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could open it from the outside too.
Okay.
But I might not do that. I'll just knock.
Okay, so there's a knock on the door, Barry.
Hello? No, we don't accept milk deliveries. No.
It says Belladonna.
Oh, we'll accept your milk delivery, whatever it is.
I'm sorry.
What? Hang on, I'm not awake yet. Okay, where are we? Okay. Oh, we're in the truck.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks very much. Okay. Apparently I put my head out there.
The back door?
Yeah, the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently we're in the truck in your driveway.
Yeah, you'll need to move.
What, me in general or the whole truck?
The truck. You can't stay here.
I think we can manage to move it. I'm moving it now.
Okay, sweet.
I'm gonna ring Chase randomly.
Okay, so Chase, your phone rings whilst you're getting into the front seat of the truck about preparing to move it.
Yeah. Okay. Hello?
Hey, Chase, how's it going? Vinny here. What are you up to?
I'm moving a truck.
You moving a truck? Okay.
Yep.
What are you up to today? What do you got any plans? I got to do some business today, and I was wondering if you'd come along with me to just to be my eyes and ears, and we could have a chat and catch up.
Okay, I've got a few ideas I want to talk to you about too. Belladonna, step left, step Bella. Oh, that's not Belladonna.
I'm not moving. I'm well out of the way.
Oh, you're over there. Who's that? Okay.
Are you sure you're all right to drive, Chase? Do you want me to send someone for you?
No, I just got up. It's that time of the evening.
You're not running anyone over, right? We're not gonna.
No. I thought it was Belladonna. Turned out to be some chick with Oh, she looks a lot like her, but all right. Right. Yes. Would here be all right, Belladonna?
I kind of need you to go away. I am so sorry. This is so rude.
You need me to go away.
Yeah, the truck is a bit of a turnoff.
Apparently.
And we've got other neighbors here.
You get turned on by trucks?
Please leave.
Okay. Now,
wait,
please leave.
Who gets turned on by trucks? What am I missing?
Apparently Belladonna does get turned on by trucks. She said the truck is a bit of a turn on.
That makes sense. I mean, they're big. They're metallic.
Yeah. Well,
I'll tell you what. I'll text you my address. Come on over here and we'll meet up.
Okay, thanks.
Right.
See you soon.
Very good, Lawrence. You wake up in the Chantry house in your room. Your book sits at the side of your bed.
It's not been long enough to. It's not been a full day since I've since I received the aggravated damage, right?
Oh, you could heal a level of aggravated damage at this point, since there's sundown is the turnover point.
Okay, all right, and that's a willpower, right?
Yep, willpower and 5 blood points.
Ooh, kind of want to do that too. I'd be so down.
All right, well, he's feeling a bit dry then.
Right.
So that's the cost for aggravated, is it? So 5 blood points and a willpower per level of aggravated.
Yep.
Wow.
And 24 hours.
Can you do that during the
Generally
day?
speaking.
Like after having food? Like go get something to eat and then try and heal yourself?
As long as it's been the sun has risen and set since the last time you received damage, yeah.
Okay, sweet. Then that's probably what I'll do. I've only got one. So.
All right. Okay, so then you're good then. You have now got no aggravated damage for Belladonna. Joe, how much damage are you at the moment?
That was my only one.
Is your only one? Yeah, excellent.
Everything else was non-aggravated, so
yeah.
it's all cleared up.
All right, Joe. So what's Lawrence doing now? You've healed up a level of aggravated damage.
He's just going to think about the conversation he had with Erecto the previous night
Right.
about everything that's going on with the Sabat.
Right.
And check in with her to see if she needs anything.
Okay. You go out to her and she looks at you and she says, "You're looking a little better from last night.
Thank you. I think I needed that sleep.
How are your ritual practices?"
I assume I'm doing well. I can't say, being the one making them, but doing them. But I assume I'm doing well.
Very good. Shall I test you on your knowledge of the paths?
If you wish, yes.
And so you spend the next 15 minutes being tested on your knowledge of the paths. After that, do you have any plans immediately?
No, I've forgotten since the last game. She said to go talk to Nikolai about something.
She might well have said something to that effect.
It was to do with what the blood bags gave us. Information. Oh yes, the what was it? The buried one, the sleeping one.
Right.
What was
Right.
it called? Charlie?
The sleeper.
Sleeper.
Right. That's right.
So you'll
yeah.
go find Nikolai.
Okay, so you go and find Nikolai. You literally end up waiting for Nikolai to come downstairs into the library because he takes a little while to wake up, does Nikolai?
What less humanity?
We don't talk about that. A good 45 minutes, in fact, will pass before he comes out.
During that time, I'll try and feed
All
if
right.
I can inside the chantry.
Okay, you can borrow one of the communal herd.
How much can I? I'm at 5 blood points right now. So how much can I recover?
You can have 4 blood points back. That's about as many as you can get away with before you start putting people unconscious and kind of interfering with the daily workings of the chantry.
I'll call Vincenzi to start making his way over.
Sure, boss. I'll be there shortly.
Take
All
your
right.
time. I have stuff to do.
All right. So you do all these things and you continue your studies, I suppose, as well, perhaps.
Yeah.
Tidy yourself up. And Nikolai comes down the stairs with his cane and...
sorry, before you continue.
Yeah.
So one of the rituals that we started learning, I'll send it in the chat.
All right.
This one. Have I learned that yet? Because I always said that I was learning it.
Well, can you give me a intelligence and occult check, please? And then let's actually roll for it and see if it
DC6.
DC 6. Yep.
How we going, Kathy? You all right?
How many successes?
You feeling
can
a little
get out
bit
of
more
that?
with it?
Where the
You don't sound it. You're not filling me with confidence there.
You're not muted, Barry, if you're meant to be.
I just muted you, Barry.
It's
Yeah.
odd that this is the way it is now, where he's unmuted. Nope, I'm too tired.
Too tired.
too brain frizzle.
Was it your second jab or the first one? Oh, that's the worst one. Did you get it in the same arm?
Yeah.
Oh no, because then it hurts like you need to switch arms. It's the best way to do it.
Oh,
Still a son of a bitch.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it sucks, especially when you're trying to sleep the first day, and it just impossible.
I'll be getting my second jab soon, I think.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I got mine the other day, last week. It wasn't bad. But, I've had other ones that were just horrific.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the system for that ritual in front of you, Joe? For some fucking reason, I can find it in the contents, but I can't find it in the book.
I had to find it on the wiki as well. That's where we looked at it last time.
Okay.
We can come back to it. I just wanted to know if I had learnt it by now.
Yeah, I think this time was your first time practicing it, and you've just performed it for the first time over the last evening. And so, yes, you can add it to your list of rituals that you can cast or use now.
Really?
Okay. All right.
So yeah, with that time spent, I'm just waiting for Nikolai to be ready.
All right. So he comes downstairs, as I said. He's got his cane in one hand, and he walks down the stairs. The stairs barely creak under his rather minimal weight, and he turns and looks at you up and down, and he smiles.
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Harrington.
I wanted to ask you about this morning's events with the civilians, the blood bags.
Yes, of course. Ask.
They mentioned something about a sleeper in Chicago. And Erecto passed me to you.
This is an old story, a sleeper in Chicago. Every city has a story like this. There are countless stories across the continents of the world of ancient vampires sleeping beneath every city. These are nonsense, of course.
It's a lot of cities.
It is impossible. Whilst it is true that we know very little about the progenation of the vampires to begin with, and we have stories going back as far as Cain, the first progenitor of all, there is little in the way of fact to back up these stories. If you find anything of use in these stories, if you are able to uncover anything that might be considered worthy of note, you will find myself and others would be prepared to give you great reward for them, if for no other reason than they are of immense nostalgic value.
I only ask because it seems the Sabbat seem to put great stock in these stories.
And this is where we differ with the Sabbat, of course. They have been propagandized into believing these ludicrous stories so that they will work in all sorts of dehumanizing ways. They have been convinced that these ancient sleepers control the world from the ether, perhaps, or perhaps another plane of existence altogether. Who knows?
Sir, if I may, what is your personal opinion on this?
I've told you, ludicrous, impossible. The ancient ones were all destroyed long ago. The lowest generation of vampires to walk the earth now, there is very few of them. The Methuselahs, very few of these Methuselahs exist now. And the ones that do, well, they do not interfere. They are afraid that they will be found, consumed. The Sabbat, as you say, they like
knowledge of such things as this seems to be our purview within the Tremere. Is it not?
Well, we have an interesting and checkered history, does our clan? My fucking camera's being a dick. He seems quite cagey about this, if you hadn't already noticed. And he seems to be dancing around the subject somewhat.
Can I do an aura perception on him?
You can do an aura perception on him. Certainly you can. Yes, it is a conversation that I often have found that I often find I must have with younger vampires, that they wish these stories to be true. And we all do. That would it not be wonderful if there was an ancient vampire who would rise and guide us all forward in the ways of our nature and beings? But alas, we are left to our own devices. We must find our way blindly through the night, this eternal night before us, fumbling like blind men in the mud.
Personally, it's not that I'm trying to learn whether the story is true. The Sabbat think it's true, and that's enough to go off of.
Well,
Whatever they're doing it for a reason.
Be interested to see if that is their real motivation. You might find that the elders of the Sabbat, the question is, do they believe this? And do their elders believe this?
You believe it's propaganda?
I believe that it is propaganda. Somebody's beeping. Is that my Discord?
It's not us.
It's not you guys? I'm reckoning it's my Discord. Okay. Goodbye, Discord. Boo. Okay, sorry.
If I were to start looking into this, do you know where I might begin?
Well, the most original text ever to be considered to be part of the canon of, shall we say, vampiric related texts is the Book of Nod. Because
do I know this book? Does Lawrence know this book?
Out of game, you've probably never heard of it. It's unlikely. You see, Cain, who was the brother of Abel, in our tradition, that what we have learned and heard, the stories that are and fables that have been passed down, Cain slew his brother Abel in the Garden of Eden beneath the eyes of God, and he was cursed to walk the earth forever, and he was the first vampire. He created the next generation of vampires, and he built the city known as Nod. And so, oh wait, out of game, I'm wrong. They were cursed to walk the lands of Nod. He built the city of Enoch. Got my facts backwards. Yes, so he was cursed to walk the lands of Nod, and so this book is called the Book of Nod. It is said to be a very ancient text, and if you were to find a copy of it, I would be very interested in seeing such.
We don't have such a book?
There have been many fakes. There have been many attempts to find it. There have been many fragments that have surfaced over the many years. Nobody has a copy of the entire book that could be verified or proven as anything but some sort of fabrication. Therefore, I personally cannot put a lot of stock in these stories. For all I know, Mr. Harrington, we come from space.
I understand. Thank you, sir. I will I'll take what you said and I'll think on it.
Good luck. But do not be afraid to ask questions. I think that it is important that you do. For where would we be if you did not have your critical faculties?
Good answer.
Very well. And so out of game, you kind of get the impression that whilst he's propagating the idea of using your critical faculties and not constructive criticism, critical thinking skills, he's at the same time shutting you down.
Yeah.
Seems to be the Tremere way a bit, doesn't it? A little bit cagey, a little bit in the darkness there.
Didn't say a word. Okay, so Chase, you've got to move your vehicle. Where are you moving it to? Can't hear you.
I am moving it to my buddy's house.
Which buddy's this? Vincent?
Yes.
Okay, okay, cool. All right, so you go to Vincent's house. Belladonna, what are you doing? You're waiting for someone to turn up.
Yep.
And indeed, there is the sound of a motorcycle outside, and it stops. It's like an old 50s motorcycle. and this figure gets off it with sweeping long black hair tied in braids behind his head, and he comes walking in, and he knocks on the door.
I will open the door. It'll be a ring a ding, and
Are
then
you going to invite me in?
come on in, of course.
He waits for your invitation before stepping
Oh.
across the threshold.
Please come in. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Sure, thank you. So you called me for some reason.
Yep, I locked the door
Hmm.
behind him and invite him over to the craft table, where it's probably a mess.
I like what you're doing in here. It's interesting.
Thank
You
you.
need to get some dream catchers. I can probably get you some dream catchers. They make a whole bunch of them at this. There's a special school for kids that's near where I'm living at the moment.
I would love
Probably
that.
get you a bunch of them. Yeah.
We can probably put those proceeds towards them as well. They're the ones that created them.
Yeah, maybe some charity is a good idea.
Mhm.
Okay. So anyway, you called me here for a reason.
Right. So I'll just cut to the chase. Sorry, Chase. Um,
Okay.
so stupid. Basically, the Sabbat are looking for the sleeper.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So he needs to be on alert.
Well, you know, there's not just one.
Oh, okay. What do you mean by not just one?
Well, let me tell you this. First of all, this about they're not gonna find him. They can't find him. They got no chance. They don't even know where to fucking look. Nobody does. Not even you know where to look. Even if
Right.
they captured you and read your brain, they wouldn't know where to look.
It's true.
And if they did know where to look, well, I can tell you this much, Belladonna. That place is kept by powerful magic.
Okay.
There are spirits. Wendigo.
Indigo.
They will
Right.
never find him. They will never find him. No chance.
Okay, but please,
It's deep
please
in
let
the
him know,
forest.
okay?
I will tell him what you've told me.
Good.
But I tell
Because-
you something.
Mm.
If you know that the Sabbat are looking for the sleeper, and if they're looking for a sleeper, there's a chance that they're looking for one or the other of the two.
Right.
If they're looking for the other one, if they find her, if they find that other sleeper, we need to know where she is.
Okay. I guess that's what I'm going to be focused on. I mean, I was trying, but don't really have anywhere to begin.
She came here to the new world to find our one. After many thousands of years, she is a killer. She is a hunter. The Sabbat, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. If they find her, well, good luck for them.
Right. Yeah.
But we need to know what they find. And we need to know if that one is awake or not.
Okay. Do you have any inkling of where I should begin looking for her?
Have you got any old maps around here?
Should I roll for that?
Sure, make a intelligence and investigation check. See
Okay.
if you can find an old map.
Just one. Although I only have one dice, so that's so sad.
Yeah, you don't have any old maps of Chicago, unfortunately. It's not a thing that you would have lying around.
Zora,
Yes, how can I help you?
hello.
Oh, who is this lovely gentleman?
Meet Yaryan.
Hey,
Yaryan. This is Zora of the Valley.
Yaryan takes a feather from his hair and he gives it to her.
Oh my god. I'm internally squeeing.
She takes it. Thank you. So, I'm looking for an old map of Chicago. And Zora looks a little confused for a minute. I only have a map in the car. It's like a book of the city, you know, like you get from the gas station.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that will work. Maybe that's good enough. Can you get it for us? Thank you. She runs off and grabs it and comes back.
Thank you.
Okay, well, looking at this, he goes through and spends some time on it, and after a while, he's like, somewhere around here in the loop, I think this is where the battle took place.
Okay.
There
battle-
was a long time ago before the city was here. There was a great battle between these two great forces, these ancient ones, these spirits of the dead. They came here and they did battle. One who took sides with the Native American Indians, and one that took sides, well, with herself.
So try the loop.
Somewhere in the loop. Now, I don't know, this probably, I'm looking at this, I think maybe somewhere here, and he isolates like 2 or 3 city blocks. Now, using your knowledge of the city and your experience of the city itself, you can make a wits and investigation roll, please.
Oh boy. 2. That's actually pretty good considering I had 3 dice.
2 successes.
Yeah.
There is a nightclub, very famous nightclub. It's the only place within about 4 square blocks of this location that he's pinpointed that has anything to do with vampires. It's called the Succubus Club, and it's very well known.
Right. So go there.
Well, the
I can at
Succubus
least
Club,
investigate, right?
you probably should investigate it. Try and find out what's the deal there. Look, whoever's running that place, whoever's hanging out there, whoever's working there, they're all suspects. They could be part of some kind of organization or crew. They might be part of the army of the enemy. I don't know, but look into it, okay?
Okay. I remember you saying that I shouldn't approach her if we find her. Or at least
That's right.
let her know.
Do not let her know that you are looking for her. She will kill you with impunity.
Great.
Good luck.
Looking forward to it.
I gotta go. I got these kids to worry about.
Okay.
Okay.
Here, take some crystals. I'll
Thanks.
give him some crystals.
You sure these are really expensive, man? That says like $49 on it. You can't afford to give this to me. You need to sell this.
No. You can have this one.
Okay. You insist on it. Takes it. Okay. All right. Laurel, Vincent, that's your name, Vincent. You hear this truck pulling up outside your mansion.
Oh, it's I don't know. It's time for the garbage collection all of a sudden. I guess it must have changed times these days. Let me have a look outside. So I walk to the door and open the door. What kind of truck am I looking at? What have we got going on here?
Well, I don't know. Were you familiar with the truck that they were driving around the city in at all?
No idea. No.
Okay. So, how have I described this truck in the past? This is the truck that they used to move the bodies to the Tremere. So you might have seen it there, actually.
Okay.
Oh no, because did they go in that truck?
We went.
No, they took it to the.
But they jerry rigged it for Chase to sleep in the back, right? So I'm assuming I'm going to see duct tape. I'm going to see like all sorts of pretty disheveled. Is like my thoughts on something that shouldn't be on my street right now. But
yeah, it's a bit kind of trashy. Yeah.
Okay.
So Chase, do you get out of the truck now that you're here, or what?
No, another person's trash is another person's home. Could we have a little respect here? I mean.
Okay, so I walk up to the door. I'm sorry, you need to move this. I can't have this, bringing down the property values in the area. And then I notice that Chase is in the front. Oh, sorry, Chase. I didn't know it was you.
Yes, well, it's a question of, living space, and we haven't got it. And you're looking at it.
Wait a second. What do you mean? That you live in this?
When I escaped, we escaped with nothing, nada.
Oh, that's bullshit. Like, okay, come on. Like, let's just throw this truck away. I'll get someone to get rid of it. We'll turn it into a cube, and we'll get you a room. We'll get your room inside. Don't just no. No.
But that truck has personality.
personality. It looks like a homeless man on wheels. Like it's no, that doesn't. No.
Me and Jimmy, we are homeless men on wheels.
You're a man of means, Chase. So you,
Yeah. Until the tobacco, their dirty little hands on the stuff.
yeah, but I mean, you're obviously not really exploiting the fact of who you are and what you can do, Chase.
Well, one, I haven't got a helicopter, so I can't do anything. Two, I haven't got money because the Tibet took all that. Three, I'm homeless in a city I know nothing about, except for one thing, and I have a plan. You want to hear it?
Okay, let's get you sorted out first. Okay, what I'm going to do is we're going to give you a room in the house, right? We've got plenty of rooms. You know, at the moment, we're currently going through a little bit of renovation and getting power into the house.
We should get our truck out of the road of this guy's house because he'd be very unhappy, you know.
That's my house.
Eh?
That's my house.
You and who else lives here?
Just me. This is my family home. We've had this in our family for over 100 years now.
You know, you could fit a country into that house.
Well, maybe a small country, but you know, not a country I would care to put in there. But anyway, let's get you sorted out. And I have some business to attend to today. So how about we go along? We'll take care of some business and we can chat and you can kind of debrief me. I want to ask you some questions about this group of friends you're hanging out with and what the story is.
Well, the boss, she's real nice. She's real nice. She's a nice lady, and so is her team. I don't know too much about. Well, actually, that's what I want to talk to you about. So let's do what you said, and I'll tell you what I've got an idea for, and see what you think. You're the big business guy.
Okay, so you guys go inside the house, and with some assistance from Benson.
Yeah, and Jimmy's with me. Don't forget.
Okay.
Yeah.
In any case, up to you, Vincent, how you want to arrange this. But I'm thinking you're going to put him up in like a wing of the house.
Well, I'll
Wing
walk into
or
the house
room.
and I'll be like, Benson, where are you, Benson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we set up a room for my friend Chase here? Give him whatever he wants. If he wants anything, he can have it. I don't care.
Well, we do have some spare room in the attic, sir, but there are other rooms. I would have to refit them for sunlight issues.
Let's go with the West Wing. Let's give him the nice room. Let's give him the presidential suite.
Very good, sir. Very good.
And this is Jimmy, a friend of ours. We'll take care of him as well, if you could.
Well, thank you very much. All right. So, long story short, you put them up, and you guys can work that out.
Yep, and I've given him a key and everything. You can come here whenever you want. You've got a place to stay.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, brother. Thanks.
There's a bunch of security guards, but there's no alarm. So
no alarm. Okay. All right. Cool.
I need an alarm with a vampire living in a house. I don't think. I think we can take care of the common burglars.
Taking care of business. All right. Very good. Okay. So, Lawrence, what are you up to, Monsieur Lawrence?
He's gonna wait for Vincenzi to turn up.
Right. Vincenzi turns up.
He's gonna get in the car and then call bells.
All right.
As we head towards Chicago proper.
All right. Bells, your phone rings.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry. Start with me. Hello. Hello,
Hello, Bells.
speaking. Hi.
What's the plan for tonight? Do we have any? What are you three up to? You four.
Well,
now that there's four, two more.
What do you mean? There's just the three of us. You know, Zora and Rita and myself.
I meant Bob
Chase?
and Chase and.
Oh, right. Okay.
Vincent.
Sorry. Well, I was gonna contact everyone and maybe arrange to go night clubbing, which is weird. I've never tried it, so thought maybe Succubus Club because that's kind of suitable for us. I'm really hungry too. You want to try it out?
I could use a drink. I just assumed we were going to be meeting with Loden or anything related to the information we gained last night.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to. I kind of need to eat, so.
Shall we all meet at the cave?
Okay, sure.
All right.
Go to the cave.
I'm on my way there now. I'll see you all there.
All right. I'll message the others, see if they are into that.
All right. So you each receive a message asking if you would like to go and feed at the Succubus Club, essentially. So that's the gist
I'm
of it.
still with Chase at the moment, right?
We're going to meet up at the cave because that's what Lawrence suggested.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
we'll
the
go there.
cave? The cave?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still early evening at this point in time, right? Like I'm not past the 9 o'clock barrier
Yeah,
yet.
that's right. It's like 8 o'clock now.
Okay, I have a little bit of. I'll text back saying I got some business to attend to, but I can be there around about 10.
Okay. I'll text the others. Should we just all meet up at 10?
I text back saying, yeah, 10's good.
10? What about you, Lawrence?
If we got like a group text chain going now.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Did they have group text back then, or was it just one by one? If I remember
I was
right.
just thinking that. Yeah.
I am going around one by one anyway.
Actually, MSN
so-
Messenger was around at this point. Maybe we've. No, okay, maybe not.
Not on our cell phones.
That's true. Yeah.
Jeez. 10 p.m. What's the time now?
Time now is 8:45. I'm going to say.
Sure. I'll tell Vincenzi to just drive around Chicago. I need to do some thinking, and then he's just going to sort of chill in the back seat and just think on everything that's happened so far and what he's going to do next.
You okay, Mr. Harrington?
Fine. I just need to consider everything that's happened recently. A lot happened last night.
Sure. I get it. Is there anything I can do?
Keep your eyes on the road.
All right. He does. He does. You drive around. Okay, so next big event is at 10 o'clock at the cave, is it?
Hang on. Can I talk to Vince for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to talk to Chase for a bit, and I've got something to take care of as well.
Okay.
Somebody.
Give me the rundown on what you want to know. I'm in my serious frame, so now's the time to tell me.
Okay.
Go for it.
So I called Benson over. Benson, can you take us to the nearest payphone, please? And payphone, yes, and we'll hop into the limo to go to the payphone.
Very well.
Don't you have a phone in your limo?
I do have a phone, but I need a payphone for something.
Okay.
So
interesting thing to do, sir.
Well,
you seem to have a plan.
I do have a plan.
I have a plan too. Maybe our two plans can get together.
Is it a plan so cunning that you could pin a tail on it and call it a weasel?
Well, mine is. I don't know about his.
Hopefully my plan doesn't go pop, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, let's do what you need to do, and then we'll start talking.
Okay, so we're driving along. Obviously, there's a bit of a distance before we get to the payphone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Chase, just some things interested me last night. I was, paying attention to the interrogation, and a couple of things came up.
Yes.
One of the things that I'm not sure about is when Belladonna was asked about this. I think they were talking about a sleeper or something along those lines during the interrogation. She got really cagey about it. Like, do you know, how much do you trust her, is what I want to know.
Well, she was my first friend here, really. So there's just something about her, I think, that is good and trustworthy. But I think she's the kind of person that when she's asked to keep a secret, she's going to keep it until hell freezes over. You know what I mean?
That is
She's that-
true.
that-
She seems that way.
Now, I'd be thinking, because I noticed her reaction, that's why I went out and had a talk with her. I'd be thinking, when we can prove we're trustworthy enough to her, then she'll tell us what she knows, if she knows anything. And we just should give her time. But I think she knows something, and she's definitely not telling. But, she's just a new friend, but I think she does know something. But I think we should leave it up to her whether or not she's ever going to tell us.
So you trust her enough that, whatever information she is hiding, it's not going to be detrimental to us, is what I'm asking.
I think what she's hiding might be a lot, because the look on her face was that of, oh my God, but I'm being cool. I can tell because I'm a Malkavian and we do that all the time. But this is the thing. Whatever it is, more I am worried about it being a bigger thing than she realizes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And maybe she doesn't realize how big it is. But she'll figure it out. She's an intelligent person. Next question.
Okay. No, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt then. I mean, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know at the moment. And so Bob, he obviously knows you as well. What's Bob's story? How did you meet him?
Bob is a smuggler.
Oh, okay.
He used to smuggle things. So if you wanted something illegal to be moved from one place to another, in Canada, he knew the right people to move it to, and in other places, I suspect, but I'm not sure about that.
Was he the Canadian wing of the drug operation we were working in?
As far as I knew, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
And so how long have you known him? Do you trust him a lot, or?
Well, he never turned me in. And he seems like a trustworthy dude.
And the last guy, Lawrence, when we were at the interview, they seemed pretty secretive. Like they seemed to talk their own way and be their own thing. Is that the normal what you get?
I think that's the norm for those dudes. I don't know because I don't associate with them, but I think it's the norm for those dudes. But the thing is, what the Camarilla have done, or the prince and his dudettes and dudettes have done, is knock us all together. And none of us has experience in a lot of things. Even you and I are only limited to our experience. But the thing is, and I want to I want to reiterate that this is his serious moment. All right.
So that was a timeout, wasn't it? Yep.
Yeah. This is his serious moment. Now, I've been thinking if me, you, and Bob start business, are you thinking of starting a business here?
Well, funny enough, that's part of where we're going at the moment.
Where are you aiming? What are you planning to do?
Well, I need to take care of a little preference that I have first before I can get started. I'll be honest with you, when I came here, I thought I was just going to be flying in and flying out again. I didn't expect this journey to be as long as I think it's going to be by the looks of the circumstances I've seen so far. So I'm just setting up a little bit of shop at the moment.
Now, this is all rumor and conjecture to an extent, but the best place to go where there is land for the taking is Gary. Everything's cheap in Gary. Though I understand it is run by somebody, I don't know who. I think there's a prince. We'll have to verify that with our team. Maybe they know more than we do. But if you want to start a business and you want to, it really does need, shall we say, financial help in every possible way. And if you did business over there, you wouldn't, if you didn't want to do business with Mr. Loden, I know you're from the same group, but he doesn't run Gary. Somebody else does. Maybe somebody who'll be more friendly and pliable.
I had a message from someone, I assume one of Loden's assistants.
Yes.
And it's given me the rules of Loden, for the area. And I see here that has something to do with do not do business with people who are not basically, his competition or his enemies. Do you know if that would also entail whoever is in Gary? I don't know the layout. I don't know the people yet.
Well, that's what I want to talk to the other two about. We need to find out who's running Gary. And then we need to get together with them and have a little conversation about maybe starting a business over there.
I have been thinking about expanding the real estate business a little bit. So perhaps Gary could be interesting.
It's not a rumor, it's a fact. And I've noticed it myself. Why are you doing that?
This Joe's ears pricking up when the words real estate were mentioned.
Okay, all right. There is so much real estate in Gary, but if I was you, I'd buy it carefully.
I can arrange that. Let's I think our first course of action is to understand what the power is like in Gary, who the control.
I think that's the best idea.
Yeah.
And I think Lawrence and the boss can tell us that. They can give us advice on that.
Okay. All right. Well, we can go through with that.
Okay. But I was thinking us three could start a business over in Gary to do with the stuff that we used to do.
That could be a potential. What are you doing for income at the moment, Chase? So what kind of work are you doing?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm really on my bum's ass.
Okay, we can't.
Bum's ass, like
His bum's ass. That's worse than being a bum. It's the bum's ass.
Yes, he's literally trying to make it sound as bad as it is.
I have a vision of a bum that has a bum.
Or he has a donkey, so you're a bum's donkey. It could be, but
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I've got an idea, Chase. Let's go with this. Have we reached the payphone yet, Vincent?
Yeah, you reach a payphone, but I'm going to pause you at the payphone, okay? So we can find out what these other two are doing just for a minute. Joe, have you come to any conclusive point with Lawrence? Is he doing anything yet, or are you still just driving around until you...
No, yeah, he's killing time until we're all meeting at 10. So during that, he's deliberating, and also what I sent you in Zoom.
Oh, okay. So what you sent me in Zoom, I better look. Oh, okay.
Loving the name change here. KG Bells, the ninja vampire.
Okay.
KGB.
All right, and KG Bells, what are you doing in the meantime?
Basically, I am going to wait for a little bit, and then I'm going to go.
Okay, so you're
I'm
going
like,
to head to...
really? I'm thinking like, I really need to go to the Succubus Club, but I guess we'll go there first. We'll go to
the cave.
The cave first, yeah.
Right. Everybody's more kind of familiar with the cave. You're going to need some leverage. What you need is leverage. All right. Okay, so you're going to go to the cave.
I'm going to dress appropriate for clubbing, though. Okay. I guess as much as a bohemian hippie chick can.
What is Zora doing? Is she coming with you, or is she driving you, or is she staying behind?
I think I'll leave her behind. Okay. She can manage the store. She's probably got other things to do, like her home life.
All right.
Looking after Rita.
get you to think about.
What's the club outfit? Just out of curiosity, got to know what the clubbing outfit is going with.
Well,
90s club outfit is,
Well,
a very
find out
strange thing.
when you meet up.
Yeah, that's true.
She can describe it to you when you meet up. Also, in the meantime, think about what you've got with you, what's on your body, on your person, what's in your purse or your
bringing
whatever.
that portable save point that we
Right.
talked about.
Portable save point.
Yes. Yep, again, my van.
Okay.
Oh, we've been over this before. It would be handy to have it to pull your save point along, because we all know that a boss battle is going to happen.
Oh, so this is like Dark
Sorry.
Souls, where we're gonna all of a sudden it's gonna be like
There's a
million
potions
things.
chest
Yeah. Okay.
right outside the door. We're breaking the fourth wall. That's fine.
Russell's lost right now. He has no idea. Have you played Dark Souls? Come on.
I have not played Dark Souls.
What
I have
games?
not.
Does he look like a video gamer?
I play Neverwinter and
Yeah.
I play Eve Online.
Oh, you're liking Eve, by the way? It's cool.
I really
there.
like Eve. I haven't put any money into it, so it's I'm not playing it on Amiga clone, but it's still fun.
What kind of ship you got now?
I got a lot of ships. I got a mower.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's probably the most expensive ship. Although to be fair, it's not my favorite ship. I like the Korax the most right now. All missiles, very fast. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's not get too sidetracked.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay, so you guys get to the payphone.
Ah, yes. Okay. 2 seconds, Chase. I just need to do something, and I walk out and go up to the payphone. Good old 90s payphone. Open the door, and of course, I'm greeted with the phone book. And in the phone book, I'm looking up.
When you open the phone book, there's red writing inside it that says, "I can give you your soul back, Vincent."
Okay, that's just starting to get really freaky. I rip that page out and put it in my pocket, and then I look for retirement homes.
Okay.
I want the most expensive, biggest looking ad that's on this page. I don't want another riffraff, the little small print ads. I want the guy who put the whole page in, someone who's got money, lots of it.
All right. Okay. So you're looking for retirement homes.
Retirement home.
Okay. Yep. I mean, you can find a place for sure. No problem.
Okay. I'd like to make a phone call to the retirement home on the payphone, please.
Okay. You hear this voice. Hello?
Hello, my name is Vincent Jews. I'd like to speak to the owner or manager, please.
Oh, I'm afraid they won't be available till tomorrow.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, well, if I could give you my number, can I be in
Yes.
contact with the person who owns this place? I'd like to buy it.
You want to buy it? I'm not sure it's for sale, sir.
No, we can arrange something. I'm sure we can come to an agreement.
Oh, well,
That's Vincent Jews of the Dews Corporation. Maybe you've heard of me. That's the big billboard sitting on top of the highest building of the last while.
I have seen that picture. The Jews Corporation.
That's
Jews,
correct.
Jews.
Yes.
I have seen that billboard. Yes. That's you, is it, Mr. Jews?
Yes, my grandmother. Unfortunately, she's very sick, and I don't want her going into a home with common people. You can understand this, of course. And it's because of this, I'd like to purchase a retirement home, or I'd like to invest large amounts of money in a retirement home to make sure that she's well acquainted for.
Well, I can pass you up the tree, but I think Mr. Robertson right now, he will be at home in bed probably, or close to it. He doesn't work nights.
Well, let me ask you something, my friend. Oh, and there's a dog attacking the payphone.
Yeah, right. Why not?
Get away from there!
Get away! Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him. No, he's got me. Hang on, don't worry.
Chase, look out! Careful.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we've got ourselves a werewolf. Brilliant.
Right.
Where
Wait,
was I?
that might have been Charlie all along.
Maybe.
Lol.
Okay, so let me ask you something, my friend. How would you like to make yourself a quick 10 grand?
How do I know that you're for real? Who is this anyway? You say you're from the Dews Corporation, but you could be anybody. I don't know.
Well, I'm happy to come over there in person right now if you'd like. I'd just like to have a meeting with the owner, and I'd be more than happy to support anyone who's obviously you're going to be an employee potentially of my company, and I would love to pass you up the ladder and make sure that you get a much higher station than you're currently in.
All right, hold the line while I make a wits check.
My sadness, baby. Oh,
Why, I am rich. I'm not lying.
Oh, that's true. But whether or not this is a wise thing for anyone to do over the telephone is an entirely different question. Chances are, the chances
Would
are
this
that
be
you
a
are lying.
manipulation check? Because if
For
this is a
you-
manipulation check,
It would be if you had any ability to use it over them. In this case, this is just the person trying to avoid. I mean, you know what? You can make a manipulation check if you like.
excellent.
But I warn you, I got 2 8s.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Would it just be a flat manipulation?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, I got 0 successes.
You can make it a manipulation and leadership roll just to be super fair.
Okay.
So you can add your
awesome.
leadership dice to that, if you have any. I'm assuming you do because you're
yeah,
Ventru.
I've got 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. I'll tell you what, Mr. Dews. You said your name was.
That's correct.
If you come around now, I'll be here for the next 20 minutes. And if you're good for your word, I'll put you in contact with Mr. Robertson. I know where to find him, and I can put you in contact with him, but I would not do that to the poor man at this time of night if you were not a serious, very serious individual.
Absolutely, I can completely understand that. We'll be there in one shake of the lamb's tail.
Very well. I will see you soon then.
Brilliant. Hop in
All right.
click, hop in the car.
And off you
Benson,
go.
off with the horses. Let's go.
All right, very good. Short story long then, you get there and your limo pulls up at the retirement home. Charlie, what am I saying? Chase, you're in the car with him and you're now pulling into a retirement home.
what are we doing at a retirement home?
Well, you're starting to get a little senile, my old friend, and I thought maybe you'd suit this place a little bit.
Thank you so much.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding. No, I have certain requirements that I need if I'm going to be spending a long time in the city. So I need to take
Right.
care of those.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, just to keep things on track and to move things a little faster, at this point, I'm going to get you to make another charisma, manipulation and leadership roll.
Mhm.
When you go into the building, and we're
4
going to do
successes.
4 successes. So Chase, from your point of view, he walks into the building, he walks out again with a smile on his face, and you have a meeting tomorrow evening with Mr. Robertson.
Brilliant.
Okay, and you're $10,000 down. At some point, we're going to start a spreadsheet with your finances on it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm about to make a lot, but okay, let's head for the cave then.
Okay, so you guys get to the cave. Everybody converges at the cave. Who's there first? Charlie's already there. Joe's probably second there. Joe and Charlie, you guys want to have a conversation before they get there?
Hi.
Hello, Bells. How are you after this morning?
This morning? Last night?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, all good. Yeah. Business is doing well. We've got some new tarot in. We've also got some new crystals. We're also thinking of getting some dream catchers made by children, which would be a nice little charity thing. Yes.
Listen, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but you're hiding something from the rest of the group. And it involves the group. I just want to ask before everybody else turns up. Is this something we need to be worried about?
Don't know. That's all I've got for you. I have no
Roll
idea.
Perception, or a perception on
Or
her.
perception, yep.
I actually don't.
You'll be able to find out whether she's that worried though, or what her general headspace is.
Oh, -1.
Oh, -1. Fuck. Okay. You kind of misinterpret it. So whatever. What do you think it is, Belle? What are you?
I seem confident
are you
in the fact that I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
So she
don't-
seems more confident than she is. Is that what we're getting? She's more
Yeah.
confident than she is that everything's okay. Everything's under control, Lawrence. Everything's under control.
The characters don't know when they botch or a perception, do they?
No.
Okay. In that case,
would a person trust aura perception more than like blatantly she's lying? Like, you know what I mean? If someone's acting really cagey, wouldn't you take that sort of to another level or not?
Well, your aura perception includes empathy and perception. So it's already taking that into account.
all right. I trust you.
I'm glad. I'm gonna go have something to eat now, and I'm going to.
We're not doing it
feed-
that at the Succubus Club.
Yeah, I am dressed for the occasion. I haven't been to a club in so long. It's not really my scene anymore, but I thought I'd give it a shot. What about you? Get rid of the tie, and then you could go.
Sure. It was
Yeah,
my
take
thing.
it off.
Maybe when we get there.
Okay.
Can we walk in just as she's like, yeah, take it off? Because that seems like the perfect moment to walk in on this conversation.
Sure. Why not?
Like, wow, do you guys want us to leave again? Would you like some privacy
I want
instead?
my fucking camera staying focused. It's driving me mad. I need more
It's
light.
all right, Vincent. I don't. It's not my thing.
Females?
Lawrence doesn't answer the question. We all ready then?
Yeah. So what's the plan? What are you guys deciding on us doing? Like, as we're here for a meeting, right?
Meeting.
Well, all I got was this text message saying meeting at the cave. So.
Oh right, yeah. It's more like a meetup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could have a chat about what we're gonna do, and then maybe have a bite to eat at the Succubus Club.
The Succubus Club.
Yeah.
That's interesting you mentioned that. So is this a club you guys have gone to before?
Nope.
Shouldn't we kind of talk in the office?
I imagine that's where we are.
Are we?
We have unattended access to the back
sorry.
door,
All right.
right?
You are in the
All right.
office. Yep.
All
you're in the
right.
office.
Okay, everybody. I have a plan. It's a small plan. Okay?
We're listening.
Does it involve
Right.
helicopters?
Well, maybe in the future, yes. But it has come to my attention that in Younger, that lovely lady we met, she said in so many words, we have got to get our act together. Because, one, the Sabat will be wanting another meeting with you two at some point. So we've got to come up with a plan. They work like that, you know. They come back and ask you again sometimes. All right, what are we going to do? We can't float around like Malkavians on an endless merry-go-round. Do we agree with what I've just said? Yes or no?
Absolutely. I agree full-heartedly. And to be honest with you, when I met in Younger, I was quite impressed. I found her to be straight up and legitimate. Like I quite trust her from the meeting and the encounter that we had.
Now, I'd rather be, no offense, my friend, but I would rather be personally doing business more with the younger and less with the prince.
Oh, I completely agree. I
Oh,
just I want to make this very clear for everyone here that although I am Vintru, I am here at the behest of the prince. I don't put that ahead of business. And to be completely honest with you, so far, I'm not sure about this city, and I'm not sure about the way things are. I need to learn more about it. So don't automatically put me into a box at this point in time. We'll see how things pan out, but don't automatically assume that I'm always going to be following the prince rule.
Now, I already know that you've been in a box. You don't want to be there again. Okay.
Yeah, that my back still hurts from that, to be honest.
Yeah. I think I made my point. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Anyway, here we go. I've had an idea that if we want to keep a little bit away from the prince, just a little bit, we should start doing something over in Gary. Because the prince, as far as I know, obviously he has some influence over there, maybe, and you might be able to help us with this, boss. How much influence does he have on Gary, do you think, boss?
I think that he would, if he does have any influence, he's probably hiding it. Like he got the footage from Gary of me. That's not his jurisdiction. I think he's pretty much getting people to be in. Do I know about Prince Mobius?
Prince Modius?
Modius, that's right.
You've heard of him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that Prince Lodin isn't afraid to walk into Prince Modius's area.
Okay, so
because I think he's not a very strong leader or something. I've never met him. So.
Is there a power struggle going on here that we know about, or is there any sort of fighting or inroads between the two of them yet? Does anyone know? Lawrence? Bell?
I think Lawrence is a little busy. I'm not sure, but not offhand.
well,
it's not really something I cared about. So
we got to find that out. We got to find out what the prince is like. We got to find out who's really in charge, because if we start business over there and we talk to the right people, maybe they will be more open to us having a business there, and we won't be so put down by the prince.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And land is coming up for grabs on that side, I hear.
Okay.
Okay. And there's also old broken down hospitals there.
Hospitals?
Yes.
That's
Hospitals.
interesting. Okay.
Now, of course, we have to find if they've got vampire influence in any of them. And the only way we're going to find that out is if we get to know who's really running the show on that side.
So what are you guys planning on doing?
Well, I'm not sure. Vince is more the businessman than me, but I thought we could start up a shipment business.
Logistics.
Shipping. Pardon?
Logistics.
Yeah, logistics and stuff like that.
Well, I do think we need to have a meeting first with the prince in the other area. It's just common respect when you're going into another person's domain.
Of course. I'm not suggesting we start anything without finding out who the bosses are first. Now, boss, I got to bring this up.
Okay, right.
Don't get upset or anything, but I got to ask you straight. Now, when they mentioned a certain person which you don't want mentioned, because I picked up your thing, Now, you don't need to tell us anything about that, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right.
I shut down the
but-
conversation.
But,
So, uh,
but I'm the Malkavian. It's no use trying to beat me. Now, but, boss,
right.
if you need our help, we're always here. We are a team, okay? I just wanted you to know that.
There's a knock at the door.
I'll answer it.
It's
Hello?
Lawrence Turnbull, the Malkavian
Horace.
owner. Horace Turnbull? Yes, sorry, Lawrence. Horace Turnbull,
Hello.
owner of the... excuse me, I have a lady here who would like to talk to you all.
Is she in the hallway or something? Is she there?
No, you can't see her. Can I bring her down the hall to the office?
What does she
Boss?
look like? Do you know who she is?
Yes, I do.
Who is she?
It's not really my place to say.
We might need to know. Come on. Come on.
Her name is... he leans into your ear, Sage. Fuck.
Belladonna.
Belladonna. Her name is Miss Davis.
Miss Davis. Okay. You can bring her in.
Okay. And
It's
a
nice to know
moment later,
she has a name.
this fairly slight, she looks like a jazz singer to all intents and purposes. She's got short black hair, almost like it's in a almost like a flapper.
20s kind of look going
like
on.
a kind of 20s kind of look, but it's like a jazz kind of. It looks retro 20s though. Like she's not original 20s. She's a black girl, and she kind of walks in, and she's got a leather jacket on as well. So it's a strange mixture of clothes and a strange look that she has. And she says, "Good evening. My name is Carol Davis."
Carl Davis.
She looks over her shoulder at Horace, and Horace nods, and he turns and leaves. He says, "I'll just be down the hall," and he closes the door. Out of game, I'm not sure what Lawrence is doing. Shall we say he's taken a moment to talk to Vincenzi outside? Something like that.
He's contemplating the wilds of Tremerian magic and what.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe he's on the phone to a Ricto or something. We'll find out when he comes back. Or maybe he's just listening. I don't know. If he's able to hear this conversation, then he can have been listening. If not, well, too bad. So yes, she says, "Yes, my name is Ms. Davis. My name is Carol Davis. I have been a vampire in this city for a number of years now, and I know this city, and I know what's been happening in this city, and I know that many of you here are somewhat new. I don't know, but I understand that you have been put together to become some kind of anti-Sabbat team. Is that right?"
Yep, pretty much.
Well, I don't know if you have any jurisdiction in the city over matters of official. I don't know really how to put this. The vampires of the city have been under the yoke for a long time. We have been oppressed. We have been attacked. We have been crushed. There has been a lot of bloodshed over the years. And there are things that are hypocritical about this regime that need to be known to the Camarilla, to the princes of the old world, to the high councils, to whoever's listening. I have access to things that can incriminate certain vampires in this city. And I have tried to bring them to light before, and I have been chased underground. You realize out of game. Can you each make a perception and empathy check?
What did I miss?
So this young black lady has just come into the room. She's been escorted in by what's his name? Horace Turnbull, the owner of the cave. She's got like short bob hair and a black leather jacket. And she's basically seems to be asking for help.
If it's a DC6, then that's four successes.
All right. Let me just draw for old Barry here.
2 successes is not bad for someone with no empathy.
Okay, Barry, 3 successes. Yep. Charlie, what did you get?
0.
0. You do not notice that she's literally shaking right now.
Trying to listen to her words.
Right.
Imagine.
Yep. And then she sort of stops and she looks at you and she goes, "So this is probably a bad idea." And she turns around and she starts to
Wait, man, don't wait. Just take a seat. You know, we're all friends here. Let's discuss. Let us know what you want to talk about and what you would like us to help you with.
Well, I don't know if you have any real power. I mean, you look like you were. I heard that you were some kind of Sabbat hunting team, and maybe you were like something like the Wolf Pack. But I've asked the Wolf Pack for help before, and they were not able to give it to me.
Why don't we go over this, eh?
Sure.
I know the Wolf Pack pretty well, so.
Yeah, well, they turn a blind eye.
They do. They've got a lot of work to do. So let's go through this, eh? Do you have any folders or anything? Like,
I didn't bring anything. I'm not going to walk around with incriminating evidence in my hands.
True that.
And I'm not going to give it to you either until I trust you implicitly. But what I want, I'll tell you what I want, is I want a conclave against Prince Loden or Lef Holt for multiple breaches of the Masquerade, for multiple breaches of the Convention of Thorns, or every count of every tradition that he has broken in the last 100 or so years. There are multiple witnesses, multiple events where he has been witnessed breaking these traditions and covering himself up.
And those are some serious accusations. Do you have actual tangible proof about this?
Well, I'll tell you this much. He has a warehouse just outside of Gary, on the border between Gary and Chicago. There is a warehouse with hundreds and hundreds of hours of audio and videotape evidence of the raids and attacks that he has made, the insurgencies that he has made, the interrogations that he has made. This media constitutes hundreds of breaches of the Masquerade all by itself. This stuff should not even exist. The media itself should not exist, let alone the events themselves that are just abominable. The people that have been hurt and killed. This stuff goes back past through the 70s and 80s, back to the 60s, maybe longer. I don't know. There's probably more of it than I'm aware of. I tried to run an insurgency against this. I went for a bid to become for Princeton 10 years ago, and he chased me out of the city. I'm not supposed to be here right now. And when I leave this room, you're not going to see me again for some time.
So you ran against him for Princeton?
Yeah. And everybody that tried to help me, he put them down or he reeled them in.
I look over at Chase and Lawrence, the 2 people who happen to be able to tell if she's lying or not, and just have a look at them, having a what do you guys think look.
I've been looking at her aura for the last.
Okay. All right, so we better make
my roll. 2 successes.
2 successes. She's a vampire and she seems pretty sincere, actually, Lawrence. Which is exactly what you're probably going to discover too, to be honest, Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
So this is perception and empathy. Submit. I rolled with the wrong difficulty rating, so I'll adjust this. Actually, Chase can't tell. Not enough
Okay.
high dice.
Okay.
But Lawrence, you're pretty sure. If you were
One
to-
time I roll good on Nora perception. I've been needing it high the other times.
Right.
Something. It's a hard check.
Yeah.
Eight difficulty. Dang.
Yeah, there's a hard check.
Mm.
So if you have any power to assist me, if you have any, I know this is a long shot, but perhaps you can get in touch with the Camarilla. Perhaps you can go over his head. Perhaps you can get to the inner circle of the Camarilla, to a Justica or an Archon, one that is preferably not Tyrus, because I just don't trust Tyrus.
Okay, so because I was working, to summarize, she's trying to sue Loden.
She's trying to bring a conclave against Loden.
It's
bring
like taking him to court.
Okay, yep, gotcha.
But he gets fucked up at the end of it. So
I
Because
kind
of his actions as prince, because he
For
what?
basically 100 years of oppression and breaching every tradition in one form or another. And she explained that there is a warehouse in Gary with videotapes and audio tapes of many of these incidences, as including interrogations and things like that. And out of game, some of you have literally seen, for example, videotape evidence of Gus with a stake through his heart, still alive. That is a breach of the Masquerade. The
We
existence
saw
of that
that.
videotape is a breach of the Masquerade. So you know, you can see that she's
I-
not completely lying.
So what were you going to say, Charlie?
I kind of might see that truth. The fact that you don't trust Tyrus. Now I love Tyrus, but I could kind of see that maybe Loden has something on him.
Well,
Like it might be a blood bond or something. I don't know, but there's something there.
well, if there is a blood bond on Archon Tyrus, that again amounts to high fucking treason.
But I don't know this to be sure. I don't know how I can tell. It's just he acts a bit too keen to help Prince Loden at every single time we have a chat. But I don't really want to go against the wolf pack or anything. I don't know.
If he
Well, I'm not
is-
asking you to go against the wolf pack, okay? What I'm asking you to do is avoid them. Find another way. But I don't have any power anymore. I am persona non grata. I am not even worthy of the Camarilla right now. If you wanted to right now, you could. You are within your rights to stake me and take me to the prince, and they will probably reward you.
Did she say who she was in relation to everything?
She only said that her name was Carol Davis.
I am hoping, Carol. I am hoping. I am hoping, Carol, that Carol is not your real name.
It was once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Next time, don't use your real name.
Please don't patronize me.
I'm not patronizing you. He could dominate the whole bloody lot of us.
It doesn't
You
matter.
you don't have to answer this. But what's your clan?
I'm not going to speak about that.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Miss Davies, this is a very serious accusation.
Of course.
To provide structure to your complaint, as it were, we would need some information about you. What is your connection to all of this? Where do you fit into all of this?
I suggest that you go to a nightclub, or it was a cafe called the Blue Moon, and you look for a guy called Hank. He'll tell you a little bit about how things went down. You mentioned the name Mal Davis to him.
okay, we'll do that. Do you have any other evidence? Do you have any like physical evidence besides what's in this warehouse?
I might do. and I will keep looking, and I'll give it to you if I can find it.
I mean, as long as we can get copies of this, maybe we can piece together some sort of.
Here's the thing, Mister. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Dews, Vincent Dews.
Mr. Dews. I've seen a billboard of you. She says, "What I'm telling you is the actual truth. Your job now is to prove it. You're the investigators. You're the ones who have the inside access to the information and powers. You're the ones who might have some ability to actually do something with this. I don't have too much else, and besides which, I'm on the run. I'm lucky that Mr. Turnbull here still counts me as a friend, but I'm afraid he's not going to let me in here too many times, right under the nose of Prince Loden."
Miss Davies, how did you come to this club? How did you arrive?
That's
By your
not
own car?
Is that relevant?
I'm just thinking about your safety.
I will worry about my safety.
Very well.
I'm going to leave you with this phone number. She puts a card down on the table. There's an answering machine. If you find anything useful and you need to get in touch with me, you can leave a message on this answering machine.
Okay. I present her my business card and I say, look, if you need to contact us for anything, this is a secure number, and you can reach us on this and we can discuss.
All right.
And if you could send the address of that warehouse to
Do you
my.
want to each roll a perception and security check as well, please?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, what the fuck would I know about security?
3 successes.
3 successes.
Or
Some of you notice that she's packing a gun, a firearm underneath her jacket.
That's fair enough. I would too. So yeah.
So would I.
I'll just check to see if Chase
Where am
notices. It's not all that relevant, but perception and security for Chase. Okay, and she leaves, and you are left in the room once again by yourselves.
Wow, that's a really good roll.
Wow, Chase, 4 successes. Okay, so you definitely notice there's a firearm underneath that jacket. At least one. Possibly an arsenal. She
So
goes. Yep.
what do you guys think about that? That was very interesting.
I'll pick up the card off the table and check it out. So it's just a phone number, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just pocket it in my jacket pocket.
Okay.
I don't know what to think. My entire vampire existence has been like Loden is in charge, and you know, he's not too bad a guy, but if all these things are happening, then maybe I have him pegged real wrong.
Personally, I've only been kindred for less than a month, almost a month. And he's rubbed me the wrong way almost immediately. But it's not for us to say.
He definitely does make an impression. That is for sure. Okay, so we have the address of this warehouse.
No, you don't have an address.
Oh, so she didn't send it to us?
She doesn't give you an address. She doesn't have the address to give you.
Okay, so it's
a rumor.
fictitious warehouse that doesn't
rumor.
exist at this moment.
Yeah, at this point, it could just be all a big story.
And we can't just go storming in there anyway.
If this was a movie and we were following movie conventions, this is the call to adventure. This is the scene in Chinatown where the blonde woman comes into what's his face's office and says, "I've got a case for you."
See?
But you could be just one of those crazy dames, right?
Right.
What did you see? Did anybody else see anything? Because I couldn't get a read on her. And can anybody else in this room?
She seems sincere.
Okay.
She was visibly frightened, that's for sure, and that
Oh,
doesn't come from
I
nothing.
saw that. Yeah, she was shaking.
I think at this moment we don't have much to go off. Perhaps we could, perhaps you guys could talk to some elder vampires. They might know a bit more about her.
We'd have to
Considering-
be careful. We'd have to be careful.
Well,
'Cause
okay.
we-
Who is the most opposed to Loden at this point in time that we know of?
Opposed to Loden?
Well, questionable of Loden. Someone who doesn't, is not 100% sure about Loden at this point. Who do we trust enough to ask about Carol Davis?
Possibly my sire.
I mean, Horace seems all right.
Horace.
Horace.
He's on neutral ground.
Horace. Yeah, definitely Horace. Maybe Horace can help us that way. Maybe he can put us to people. She did point us to somebody. She said, go to...
Hank from the Blue Moon, yes.
Yeah, let's go to Hank first and work our way.
Let's find out what someone we trust thinks of them first. But just in case. I mean, okay, so she ran for Princeton at some point in time, which means she was obviously popular enough to try that. So that would beg to differ that elder vampires from Chicago should know more about her and whether or not she's someone that we should pay attention to, or if she's just a crackpot. I think
but what if we come across those that are on Loden's side? They would definitely tell us that she was a crackpot and not to pay any attention to her. Then they would know she was around. Then she would get done.
Well, as long as one of you has an elder that you trust. I mean, I'm assuming in your clans you must have someone that you trust enough to get this information from, no?
I don't have any elders.
Unfortunately, I would be going directly to Loden myself, so I don't think that would work out too well.
What about your sire?
My sire's from the old world.
But Ventrus know about Ventrus, don't they?
It's worth a try.
He might have a
contact
reputation of some sort. You know what I mean?
I can definitely contact him and see what he says about this.
Good. Okay.
What do you like? If we follow this up, what do you think
In Younger,
we will get from all that?
I reckon we could trust her.
Maybe we shouldn't randomly throw people's names out just in case. I think maybe we could. We have something to do today, don't we? You wanted to go to the Succubus Club at this point? One question I do have about that is when the interrogation was going on, the Succubus Club was already mentioned during that interrogation. So are we following up on that, or
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
If Tyrus is compromised, speaking to Inyanga might be the best way to go.
I don't know.
I do trust Inyanga probably more than anyone else in the city at this point.
I love Inyanga, but she's a firm Camarilla.
Well, if
you mean in favor of Loden,
I don't know. I think she's.
Do you believe she is firm Camarilla, as in if Loden was breaking the rules of Camarilla, she would support not Loden, or do you think that she would follow her prince to, whatever?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think it might just be something we search on the ground first.
Perhaps there's a third party we can refer to. There are many members of the Primogen Council. Maybe the Nosferatu.
If we're gonna do this, we need proof. So we need to get this before we ever approach someone high up.
Well, we don't need to approach someone. We just need to know what this person's reputation is like. I mean, if other people find her trustworthy, or maybe just learn more about the story behind her first. I mean, right. At this point in time, some random has just walked in and said, Loden is a bad guy, and then walked out again. I mean, that's nothing to go on at this point. But
all right, I'm gonna go get Horace. So.
Out of character, is it common knowledge the links between Nosferatu and Ventrue?
The links between them.
Like if it's good blood or anything.
Oh, like how do they relate to one another?
Yeah.
They don't tend to trust each other. The Ventru, sorry, did you say Tremere and or the Nosferatu? Or the
Nosferatu and the Ventru.
Right. They are pretty untrustworthy of each other. The Nosferatu feel that the Ventru are basically using them, and so the Ventru pretty much are. So, you know, there's a kind of mutual respect. They both believe, they both know that the other side has a certain amount of power.
All right. Well, as we walk down the corridor to the front bar where Horace is, I'll just mention to everyone. When I first joined the Chicago Queen Coterie, I met with Khalid al-Rashid, the Nosferatu protege. I've only met him the one time, but I think he might be the person to contact about this.
Do you believe he's trustworthy in regards to this matter and discreet?
He is, from what I can tell, an honest person, or at least we can trust them to not fuck us over about this. And they're a good middle ground, third party between Ventru and Gangrel.
I think we could give this a go. I don't see why not. It might be good to get an external party to our group as well, being that we have no Nosferatu with us. It might be good to.
Not sure if we can add them to our ranks, but we can at least, I feel, speak to them.
I'm willing if you are. I mean, at this point in time, you know, we don't know much about Carol Davis anyway, so it's not like, you know, we're giving away anything that's going to get her in trouble at this point.
We should scope out the Blue Moon, find out what we can.
I think
you said it was a cafe, right?
Yeah. Blue Moon Cafe.
It's a cafe.
I think I'll send Vincenzi to have a look tomorrow during the day.
Perception alertness.
Four.
3, 1.
Oh,
here
you go, one.
Thunderbirds are good.
Yeah.
You hear footsteps and this kind of jingling and jangling sound coming from the corridor behind the door, like someone walking towards your door, but with a lot of jingly noises.
Office door or
towards the office door from the corridor?
I thought we were walking down the corridor.
Well, before you get to the corridor, before you get to the to that door.
All right.
Is it Halloween? Are there trick-or-treaters coming this way, or
inside the back of a bar?
Sounds really heavily walking. It sounds like it should be a Malkavian. Because
I'll open the door as we start heading towards
jaunty walks.
You open the door, and to all accounts and purposes, to all intents and purposes, there is the figure of a cowboy standing in the corridor facing you.
What is Halloween?
With this cowboy hat on, and there's like a sheriff's badge on the top of his hat. He's wearing a moccasin jacket with a fur collar and a what do you call it? Like a lumberjack shirt underneath that. And he's got a stub of a cigarette in his mouth. He takes it out. And he goes, you just see someone come down this way? I'm looking for a person.
Or a perception.
Have you guys met the sheriff of the town yet? Timeout question. Oh, I don't know. Okay.
Of Chicago. Right. 1 success. Or a perception.
You believe it to be a vampire?
I'm just going to stop immediately and say, I'm sorry.
Are you looking for someone in particular?
I like your boots.
I'm looking for a black girl, about yay high, answers to the name of Davis, Carol Davis.
Just complete blank face. Lawrence is not going to give anything away. If
We
we
know
can.
she came down here just a few minutes ago. I'm looking for another way out.
Who is we?
That ain't none of your goddamn business, Missy.
Well,
And
I'm
we
sorry, sir.
We
but
didn't
we've
really
just
have
been
to
in
tell you
here.
anything.
Oh, but you do. See this here sheriff's badge?
It's on his head.
It's on his hat.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
May I ask who we're speaking to?
Sorry, let me just look.
Well, sir, it
close.
turns around to you. You're speaking to the sheriff. That's me.
Sheriff.
Sorry, sir. Didn't
Sheriff
know that.
Thomas Ewell. They call me Balthazar around these parts.
Does that not say familiar to us?
You didn't know about him?
We were in this room behind us. We just came out, as you can see. We're just on our way to a nightclub.
So you never saw no black chick wandering around this here hallway?
No,
Yeah,
but
maybe
I did hear
Nobody
someone
came down
walking in
here.
that direction. To be honest with you, I heard some banging noises. I'm not sure what that
Is
was.
that so?
Do you have any
Somebody did
ID
walk
or something?
past us while we were in the office.
Do you have any ID, or is this all you've got?
I'll give you ID. I'll break every fucking bone in your body. How
Good
about
luck with
that?
this, guys. I got a phone call.
Oh, Lawrence has
Lawrence
disappeared.
has disappeared again. He should
Yeah.
play a
Oh, no.
Nosferatu
Or Malkavian.
or Malkavian.
Yeah.
Right. Equally.
No, sorry, sir. I did hear someone walking around and banging around out here, but that's pretty much all I heard. We're in there having a meeting and deciding
That's
what we're
what
going to
you
wear to the
heard.
club.
You heard some banging around and bashing, and you're having a meeting, huh?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't
We're
see-
like,
My boys tell me she came down them stairs into the cave. Horace, he's nowhere to be seen. Ain't that unusual?
well, you're welcome to check the room that we're in. There's
Why
no
don't you
one in
take
there.
us in? Open up.
Absolutely. Come on in.
Comes jingling and jangling into your room, into your office, looks around, walks around a bit.
So he's got the spurs and everything going on. I take it.
Yeah.
Please say he's Malkavian.
You want to open up this here door? I want to see inside this storeroom.
You guys got the keys, Dell?
Yeah.
So you are the new Sabat hunting unit I hear about so much.
That's the goal. We're trying to exterminate the.
Barry is.
Apparently, we are them.
Ah, what's your name? He turns to you, Chase.
Chase.
Takes a step towards you and sniffs at you. I see.
I think we're thinking about the anti-Sabat squad.
The anti-Sabat squad.
We haven't figured out a name just yet, though. To be honest with you, we're more interested in hunting them than naming it at this point in time.
So
You
you had
haven't
any
happened to
success
catch any
so
lately?
far, have you?
Well, we're just starting to plan it. In fact, the sheriff, of your knowledge and years in tracking people, maybe you could help us. Is there any
Maybe
Sabat that you know about?
you should just stay the fuck out of my way.
Oh,
Maybe
absolutely.
that's what you should do. He looks around.
So funny.
He opens up the back door. Well, she came through here. She probably went out the back door and straight past you is all. I don't know whether you're lying or not, but I'll find out. He walks out through the back door. You see him walk off down to the corner.
Close it. Just lock it.
Goes around the corner and okay.
What a marvelous
Lethal weapons come
piece
out
of
already,
shit.
right?
Right.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. All right. So what will we...
Okay. When I'm sure he's not there,
Mhm.
I say these words to everybody. There's an obvious reason for moving to Gary.
You're really keen on this moving to Gary thing.
Oh, I am.
He's
Oh,
very
I'm
keen
quite
on Gary.
comfortable with where I am.
Okay, so the prince can come and get you and kick your ass anytime he feels like it.
Yeah. It's
You
my
wanna
place
die.
though.
Do you
Why would I
really want
die?
to die that much?
What?
With the
This is a very
information
strange
you-
conversation.
Boss,
Yes.
you just saw what he did. He broke a basic rule. This is not where he lives. This is where Horace lives. What could he do to you?
Why didn't you speak
And
up about that?
Horace is somebody.
I completely forgot. You could have said something.
Horace
Hey, this is Horace's Haven.
and he would have
Fuck off.
Boss, listen, he would have beat the shit out of all of us.
You could try.
Just because you've got claws doesn't mean he doesn't have them either.
I'm not
And
moving.
he might have bigger ones and deadlier ones than you've got, boss.
Look, you can live in Gary all you like, but I have a home.
A deadly home.
Yeah. I'm going to defend it until I die.
And that's exactly what you'll be doing.
Fine. Whatever. This is a weird conversation.
No, this is a reality conversation. You're a vampire. This is what vampires do. I'm a Malkavian. I'm supposed to be the idiot that's sticking out my neck and not caring where I am. You're too nice a person to end up in little pieces or ashes on top of somebody's roof.
I'm not moving.
I think
you can live there. It's fine.
I
We
think
have our homes.
she's stated her place on that one, Chase. I think
But she'll die. She's a nice person. Too many nice people have died in my life.
We don't have to do what this person said.
I don't get it. I'm supposed to be the Malkavian, not you. I
I'm
don't
not
get it.
sure what you're trying to imply. Are all Malkavians stubborn? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. What I'm trying to say is, what you just saw was a breach of the Masquerade. The Masquerade, they're supposed.
It wasn't a masquerade, but it was a tradition. It was a tradition.
That's Horace's Haven.
That's the hospitality and the domain.
Yeah, but it's still breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Technically, he had to tell him. He had to tell him that it was his domain, and he didn't want him here anymore. So technically, he didn't break.
But he was
rules.
just going to kick your ass for no reason, because he was the boss man.
I've lived long enough and been in enough places to know that you don't mess with a sheriff. That's as much as I know on this subject.
That's the thing. And now you know a whole bunch of information. And they really want you. I don't care where you live, but I want you to stay alive wherever you live. You're the first friend I ever had when I got here. I want to keep somebody as precious as you, boss, in one piece. Someone like me doesn't matter. My time's nearly over.
Thank you, but I trust that I'm going to be okay.
I hope you're right, boss. But if you need my help, I'm always here.
Okay.
Okay?
Right. Yep.
Seen too many people die.
Right. Okay. Can we move this along? Yeah.
So we were talking about going to this nightclub, I think. So what's the need to go to the Succubus Club?
Thought I'd give it a shot.
Is it safe for us to give it a shot? Should we maybe get someone to? Maybe we should scope it out a little bit beforehand.
I think we'll be okay. And like, if we're not okay, we'll just get kicked out or whatever. It should be fine. We'll just leave. Come on. Come on.
Well, I haven't partied since the 30s, so probably might be good to see what a nightclub's like now.
Lawrence promised that he would go and take off his tie. Can you believe it?
That is something I never thought I would see. So let's do that.
Yeah, I know, right? Are you on board with this, Chase? Go get something to eat. Can't hear you.
could do with a munch.
Okay, there we go. Let's start
Okay,
small.
let's go. Let's go.
Okay. I'll
Who
be
are
right
we
back.
going in? Are
then.
we going in your car?
How did
It's
you
like
get
in the
here?
area, isn't it?
I got here with Benson. We'll get Benson can drive us to the club.
Okay, okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Very good.
So Belle's gone to get dressed up, ready for the nightclub. Lawrence is currently taking his tie off and getting dressed up and doing his hair and all that jazz.
Okay. We can assume
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that makes sense.
So let me ask you something, Chase. What's the fascination with Gary besides the safety reasons behind it? Is there any?
Well, it's cheap. It's cheap. And if you want to buy stuff, like if you want to buy a hospital, the hospital's going cheap.
Wait, the hospital's actually for sale?
Well, we'll see if they are.
Okay, so it
See.
appears no one else knows anything about if there's a prince there and how that's sorted out. So we need to put our feelers out. Do you have anyone like a contact that maybe we can, find the prince and have a meeting with him, a parley?
Yeah, I do. I've got a guy. What was the name of that guy, Russell? The guy that helped me when I first came here.
Bobby Weatherbottom.
Bobby. A mate of mine called Bobby.
Bobby, not Bobby, the one that was at the Sears Tower the other day in the security room. Is that the Bobby you're talking about?
Yeah.
So one of the prince's lackeys is your connection to Gary. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, that's not a marvelous idea, but at least he can tell us who runs the show over there.
I have an idea actually. Let me just check my Rolodex here.
Okay.
I remember
Yes,
we
Rolodex.
talked to someone random called Herman Jackson the other day, and he
Garmin.
mentioned
Herman Jackson is a retainer.
Right, the ghoul, right.
You talking about the ghoul, or are you talking about the black dude with the car?
Eddie Murphy. That's
Right.
the mental
Garwood.
picture I've got.
Garwood Marshall.
Garwood Marshall. Oh, okay. I've written that down wrong. My bad.
Yep.
So apparently he's a bit of a partier, right? So he'll know more about the Succubus Club. So perhaps maybe we could tag along with Garwood for this little excursion.
I'm
And
keen.
also maybe he would know, being that he's been around for a while, apparently, as he said yesterday. Maybe he'd know something about Gary and the people we need to talk to there.
I seem to like the boss a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
let's go for it.
I'm kind of fun.
Did he give you his number? You can ring him up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll do
you
that.
do that. I will quickly just go home and change, and I'll be right back. I need
Take
to put
Chase
on
with
something
you.
for the club.
Take
got-
Chase with you.
You got an outfit, Chase, for the club?
No.
All right, let's see what we can dig up. I watched this great movie the other night, and I think it would be a great idea to wear something from that movie.
Okay then. All right. I'm almost afraid to ask. What movie was this?
As we were walking out towards the limo, you hear me say the word Saturday Night Fever as we hop into the limo.
Oh God, no. Great.
I...
Hang out with these lame guys.
Okay. All right. Well, yep. I have to
I love
say,
it.
I do admit wearing that stuff a long time ago.
Really?
The real
Really?
me, yes. The real me. Yeah.
Did you have an afro as well? The afro and the...
No. I had the hair combed back like John Travolta.
Nice. Were you a good dancer?
Well, I won a competition once,
Oh, shit. Okay.
but what they didn't know was that was me walking across the floor normally. Yeah.
Well, you just got so much swag that was it.
Yeah, my disability makes me walk funny, as Russell can tell you.
That's true.
And I was walking across the disco thing, and they thought I was actually dancing.
Saturday Night Fever across the floor.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So back to the game. Right.
So we're off getting changed, and Bella's making a phone call.
Yeah.
All right, Bella,
Yep.
who are you making a phone call to?
Garwood Marshall.
Garwood Marshall speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, it's Belladonna. Ah,
Belladonna, wow, I wasn't expecting to hear from you so soon. What the hell am I going to
you're
do?
right.
What's up?
Do you wanna go to a nightclub?
Well, as it so happens, I'm on my way to the Succubus Club right now.
That is incredibly convenient because that's where we're going.
Motherfucker. Well, where are you right now? I'll swing by and pick you up.
Oh, I'm at the cave. Yeah, love it. Pick up. Thanks.
You're at the cave. Okay, well,
Yeah.
assuming you're by yourself?
The others are. I mean, there's Lawrence here, but he's kind of just blanking it. He's blanked out. So I'm not really sure what he's going to do. He might get Vincenzi to take him. Anyway, yeah, come pick me up. We'll figure this out.
Sure. All right, I'll be there. I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Okay.
No problem. How you been anyway?
Well, it's only been like a couple. It's been a whole day and a couple of hours.
So what was the result of that whole meeting that you were having last night? Any kind of real interesting outcomes?
Well, people are slowly trying to get back to trusting me. Sometimes you just can't say anything.
Sometimes you just can't say nothing, and anything you do say is going to be wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
You
What are
can't
you going to
win.
be wearing tonight?
What am I going to be wearing tonight? I'm going to be wearing the same thing I always wear.
The vampire fangs and
My
the
fucking
cape.
swag, bitches.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to be wearing no vampire fangs. Not tonight. We're going to a nightclub. That was a party. That's different.
All right. Sweet. I'll wait for you.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Okie doke. Ah.
Boop.
Oh my god, I love that guy. He's the most energetic guy I've ever met. If you could be like really zonked out on marijuana and he would just pick you right up. He's like crack or something.
Right. Okay. So, we don't know what Lawrence is doing. Chase and Vincent, you're on your way to the Succubus Club in a limo. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We're all dressed and ready to
All
party.
right, so you're on your way
What
there.
color schemes are you going for?
This looks,
We
You
all
think
good?
I look all right in this?
Well, you look okay. I mean, I think the chest hair is a bit much, Chase, but hey, each to his own.
Welcome back, Joe.
Hello.
Can't hear you.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm just taking work calls.
No worries. Okay, so I don't know. What was your character doing for the last 10 minutes? Do we have an excuse for? Was he there? Do I need to recap stuff, or do you want him to have done something?
Well,
like
I
he
left in the
room?
middle of that conversation with the sheriff, so
Right. So long story short, as the sheriff left, the sheriff took off out through the back door after checking out the office, and you would have seen him leave. At which point, maybe you just stepped outside out the back door to have a moment to yourself or something.
where is everyone now? What are we doing?
Well, Vincent and Chase are in a limo on their way to the Succubus Club. Bells is waiting for Garwood Marshall to turn up to drive her to the Succubus Club.
Yeah, buddy.
And Vincenzi is smoking a cigarette in his car right in front of you.
It's Garwood Marshall, her date to the club.
Yeah.
All right.
Our date. All of our date.
Okay, I guess I would have hung back and made a quick call to a recto to
All right.
fact check Carol Davies.
All right. So you call the Ricto, and she answers the phone. Lawrence, how can I help you?
We just had a very strange encounter.
Oh,
Cave. A woman going by the name of Carol Davies.
Carol Davies.
Yes.
She came.
Know her?
She spoke to you.
Who is she?
Where did you see her? Where is she now? Is she there now?
She's not with us now. She's gone.
She's gone. I see. But she spoke with you physically and in person.
Yes. What's all this about?
Lawrence, be careful. They're walking on a fine line here. Carol Davies is wanted by the prince. She also happens to be your extended broodmate. And we don't talk about that. Do you understand?
Are we alone in the call?
We are alone in the call right now, and I'm fairly sure that we have radio silence, as it were. But what you should be aware of is, do you know your, well, my sire's other childer, Abraham.
Wait, repeat that?
Do you know Abraham de Sable?
Yes.
Ericto, oh, sorry, not Ericto, that's who you're talking to. Mel Davis, she's often called Mel Davis. Carol Davis is de Sable's childer.
I see.
And we had a little trouble with her about 20 years ago.
Okay.
So she's kind of persona non grata, as they say. She's not in the chantry. She's not part of the chantry anymore. She was essentially thrown out. She's really not someone you want to talk about, and you don't want Sable to talk to you about it, because he would probably go to any lengths to find her. And between you and me, Lawrence, that would probably be very bad for Miss Davis, and I feel for her situation.
She spoke to us about Prince Loden.
Oh, yes.
It was concerning, to say the least.
I imagine that was probably quite disturbing. There's probably things that you probably didn't know, and yes. But Lawrence, you've got a job to do right now, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, look, I just want to keep you and us out of any kind of harm's way.
I understand.
Did you listen? Miss Davis had a lot of followers back in her time, and the prince has made it very clear that anyone who assists her in any way will be hunted and destroyed.
Okay, I will. I understand.
So, as you were, hope that makes some sense. And if you need any more consolation, I suppose I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Very well. Good night, Lawrence. Be
Good night.
careful. Be careful.
Click. I'll start. Get Virginia to take me to Succubus Club.
Okay.
Those Tremere phone calls are fun. They're such happy-go-lucky people.
Right. Okay, so you get to the Succubus Club, and it's a 3-story high brick building. It's got large arched windows with big panes of semi-opaque glass in them, and you can see the lights spinning and lasers swooping about from outside. The music is shaking the pavement from where you are as you approach. You've parked your vehicles. You see each other forming up near the line. You can see various bouncers standing out the front. A lot of humans, a lot of a lot of people dressed up like want to be vampires, what they call blood dolls, trying to get in. People that believe in vampires, but they really want to meet a vampire. They don't know why.
So it's a
Is the
Twilight
disco-
nightclub.
Is the disco music from Blade playing?
Sure, why the fuck not? Incidentally, I found a new cunning plan on how we can run music too, if you want. We could literally play music through Discord if we wanted to hear it with each other. And we could take turns DJing if you like. If anyone would like to find something that they'd like to play, we can avoid all copyright issues in this respect. And
Sure.
so if you find anything, tell me and I'll just sign up to Discord and we can set up a channel for that. Anyway, And also if we can even tell people what we're listening to so that they can listen to it as well while they're watching the video. So completely circumvent the whole copyright nonsense, and we could literally play anything we like that way. That's quite cool. Okay, anyhow, you get to the club, right? So there's security outside, there's bouncers, they're wearing hats and gloves, and there's batons. Can I get you to make perception and security checks? Because I know how much you love making those. Belladonna. 2 successes.
Wow.
One success.
1 success. Okay, Barry. Let's get a check on this.
The fuck?
Chase Hamilton.
So are the batons actually disguised? The other weapons disguised as batons, like tasers or something?
That's correct. They are in fact cattle prods.
I'm used to this with the Tatiana's incognito.
Right.
Yep.
Correct. They are cattle prods, and they're not tasers. They're not batons. They can be batons, but they can also zap you with 50,000 volts of electricity, or something like that.
Gee.
Something scientific sounding.
Random timeout question. What's that do to a vampire? Does it hurt, or are we talking like incapacitation, or?
Well, should we find out?
Well, no, I was just curious to see how much of it. Yeah. I don't want to wait in the queue. Like, what the fuck kind of people are they waiting in a queue? Like, you know.
Well, the thing is, yes, this is a great question. What do they do to vampires? Aggravated damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I'm waiting in the queue. Sweet.
Is that fire?
Yeah, because it burns.
I don't want to wait for the aggravated damage stuff. There, I'll wait in the queue. Yeah.
I'm hoping that Garwood is cool enough to just let us go through.
Right,
maybe Garwood's got the rep.
As it so happens, Garwood, because because you're there with Garwood. Garwood says, "Come with me," and he
Hell yeah,
and he walks you up to the front door, and the guy that is there, he says, "Garwood Marshall, you know who I am." The guy's like, "Yep." He says, "I want these guys. We're all going to go through. Is that okay with you?" The guy nods, and they let you all through at once. And all the people in the line are like, "What the fuck? Come on! What the hell?" Everyone's getting pissy in the queue, but you guys just wandered us straight on in.
I got my strut on. You know, everything that I've learned from Saturday Night Fever is coming into fruition.
Yeah, and my character's busy saying, "Oh, so that's why they call them bell bottoms. They've got bell bottoms. They're literally bell bottoms. Wow."
Well, Belle's got
Nope.
Bells wearing bottoms.
Right.
Men have bell bottoms.
Well, as it happens, they're playing goth music from the 90s. So
Are we talking Korn, or are we talking, what are we talking?
no, we're talking about authentic goth music.
Okay, I want to hear what you consider
German.
authentic 90s goth music.
You like German or it's somewhere else?
German.
Industrial? They were good with their industrial. That's where they have Wave Gothic Trippin', which I've always wanted to go to.
Yeah, it's probably German industrial.
Or perhaps Norwegian?
Well, even
Norwegian
Dead
death
Can
metal.
Dance
We've had
is
enough of Norwegian.
actual-
Yeah, I know, right?
I am so out of my league in this group right now. Like, seriously, like, let me think. German. The only German band I remember from the 90s was probably like Rammstein.
Rammstein, right.
They're probably too mainstream.
They were very mainstream.
They're
Yeah.
pretty mainstream. Yeah, this stuff is pretty unmainstream. Anyway, I'm not going to get caught up in this. I'll get back to you with what the music is.
Okay, so
I'm pretending like it sounds good.
It's loud, and you may or may not like it, but it's fairly obnoxious. It's a short story long. And
damn, I wish I picked my Walkman.
There's this very, very tanned looking fellow standing over by the bar, just kind of looking around casually. He's got a dude standing next to him who looks like a security guard. There's a number of barmen and barwomen behind various bars in different corners of the room. You see this small group of people take out these plastic cards that they have, and they enter this side room where they're allowed to go through somewhere or another. You're not sure.
Oh, so the champagne room. Okay.
What's that room, Garwood?
Oh, that's a VIP room. You interested in going in there? I can get you in.
Really? Well, I'm quite
Go
hungry.
upstairs. Sure. Well, why don't we
So-
go up there? But there's a better place. Well, I think I should introduce you to this fellow over here. Brennan Thornhill is his name. And what you need to know about Brennan, and he turns to you, Vincent, is he's a Ventru. He's the owner of this club. All right?
Excellent. Okay.
So,
Brennan.
yeah. So you walk over to this guy. He's kind of shortish. He's quite short, quite skinny, bald, kind of leathery kind of face. And he looks foreign in a very generic kind of way, in the way that vampires can look, because they're from, as Russell Nash says in Highlander, from lots of different places. So you go to this guy and he looks over. He says, Mr. Marshall, you have friends. You have brought your friends tonight. I've not seen these friends before. They're new here. Yeah. I want to introduce you to my new friends. This here is Mr. Harrington. Harrington's he's one of my close personal friends. Lives with us out up the north side. You know what I'm talking about? This here is Belladonna Rivers, I believe is her full name. And she's here to party hard, I believe.
Oh yeah.
This here is Mr. Vincent Dews. He's from I believe you're from England, ain't you?
Yes. Pleasure to meet you, Brennan.
Yes, it is a pleasure to meet you. I have heard of you. I have heard that you were here, in fact, in this city. Returned from a long time ago. But your first time here, not as immortal.
That is correct. You're very well informed.
Well, when you have connections like we do, and he smiles, how can you not be? You notice he's got like 2 gold teeth in his mouth. And he turns to Chase. And this one. Yeah, this is my friend Chase. Chase, I'm sorry, Chase, what's your last name? Can't hear you. Chase, over the music, a little louder, please.
So loud.
Chase Hamilton.
Chase Hamilton, there you go. It is so nice to meet you, Mr. Hamilton. I have heard of you too. You are, I know it is you are the Sabat fighting crowd. You should come upstairs. Let me take you to the VIP room.
Thank you.
Yes.
So he takes you upstairs, and there's basically this large lounge with bulletproof glass separating it from the lower level. And it looks down on the lower level from there, and it's one-way glass, bulletproof one-way glass. And up here is a separate bar. It's quieter. You can hear yourselves think. They play different music. It's much more loungy. And there's various beautiful people here of all different descriptions, who all look like they're either being paid to be here or they're very bored. And Brennan says, can I offer you anything? Anyone, perhaps? Anyone you're interested to hear? I will have them come.
Yeah. Yes, please. I am very, very thirsty.
Thank you very much, says Garl.
Thank you. Yeah.
That young man over there looks kind of interesting to me. I wouldn't mind some of that. He nods, and Brennan brings him over.
And I would like, if I could have 2 females, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
Very well. So you're
A little
basically
less itchy.
within a certain level of parameters, you are able to feed on your preferences.
Okay.
That being said, Vincent,
Even me.
I said within a certain level of parameters, you are quite hard to please. So I'm not sure what you're feeding on.
No, that's fine. I won't partake today. I had a quick lunch. I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Lawrence, are you feeding at all, or are you?
Yes, please.
All right.
Num num.
Num num num. And Brennan says, by the way, whilst you are feeding here, you do not need to concern yourself so much with the rules. if anything happens to these individuals, we will clean up the mess free of charge.
Okay.
I'm gonna
that-
look
that's
around
nice
for
to hear.
a. I'm gonna look
Cool.
around for I don't know, a dude that's like he hasn't started drinking yet, but he's
Okay.
not with anyone.
Yep. You have the impression that everybody here is like a prostitute or a high class prostitute of one persuasion or another. Everybody here is an escort.
Attending the club.
In this, well, either that or they're a vampire.
I see. Okay.
Can
As,
take 3 from each.
And
So
only in this lounge, by the way, not downstairs.
okay. It's not. So it's a vampire club. I was under the impression it was a human club. So in that case, I'll just find somebody to drink from and fill up my blood points.
All right.
So
Fair
Brennan,
enough. Yep.
what's the story with this club? How long have you owned it for?
For a few decades now, I suppose.
Nice. And are all the levels like this?
You'll find if you want particularly wild time, you can go all the way downstairs. There's a labyrinth down there if you want to get your hands dirty, if you want to play.
Interesting. And that's available to the public, the labyrinth downstairs.
Absolutely not. It is absolutely vetted.
like go it. Like, is it hunting? Like Labyrinth? Like,
Garwood nods.
okay.
If you want to play games, there is the labyrinth.
What sort of prey do we have down there? Would they feed my exclusivities?
I don't know what your exclusivities are, so I cannot say, but I suggest to most people, if it is something that you want to use, bring your own.
May have to do that at some time. Thank you very much, Brennan. I love this establishment.
You're most welcome.
Can I ask you something? Like who are the people that would be best to get to know here?
Who are the people to get to know here? Well,
Yeah. Just
Well, I
stand
mean,
up and look at the window.
I would
Anyone
begin
down
with
there, or-
Garwood, of course, is probably the first person you should understand and get to know. He's the most important customer that we have. Is that not true, Garwood? Yeah, of course it is. It's me. Yeah,
I'd love to get to know you.
of course you would. And you look out through the glass. You can make perception alertness checks as you look around, and I'll take that into consideration.
3.
3.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if
4.
Bells knows who Brett Stryker is, but I know Charlie does.
That's true.
So
He is amazing.
you see Brett Stryker. You also know
Wow,
who
that guy's
Sophia-
hot.
You know who Sophia is for Vincent. Okay. So he points out, he says, that there is Brett Stryker, and this is Sophia Hayes. They are 2 Toreadors. They are the child heir of one Annabelle Triabel, who is the Primogen Counselor for Clan Toreador.
Right.
Over here,
Corridors, huh?
that fellow that just walked in downstairs, he will be coming up here shortly after he has had some business conversations. That is Lawrence Ballard.
Lawrence Ballard.
His uncle is the more famous Horatio Ballard. And Lawrence Harrington, you may have met Horatio Ballard at the Art Institute one time.
The name sounds familiar.
It's a funny story.
Right. And you see there's this Asian dude comes in as well, and he's kind of just standing by the bar with sunglasses on.
Who's that guy?
That there is Chukluk. He is a Ventru enforcer.
Okay. Lots of people to get to know here. Any gangrel?
The gangrel don't tend to come here for some reason. I cannot say why. But so far from time to time, I will see Archon tourists here. Sometimes the Mr. Zally and his friend what is the younger one with the baby face?
Oh, Jackie.
Jackie, yes, of course, and they're friends sometimes, but it's not so. They spend a lot of time driving about in Mexico. I believe they have a war with bigger fish to fry, I suppose you
Yeah.
would say.
That reminds me, I actually have to send a text to him, Mr. Sally. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, of course,
I've
you're
been so
welcome.
busy.
Of course. So this is the main people, I suppose. There's a few others from time to time. We have visitors to town. Yeah.
Think
What
I'll
else can
start
you say?
here.
Okay. So you feed and so on.
I'm gonna send a text to Randy and be like, I'm sorry I missed you. I'll be howling at the moon tonight for you.
Okay. All right. Randy sends a text back, says, Kate. Vincent, as you're checking out these various individuals from your position, where are you exactly? Tell me what you're doing and where you are.
I'm simply just kind of hanging with my group. Unfortunately, I am in a white suit at the moment with my chest hair out. You know, blatant Saturday Night Fever attire.
Right.
Just kind of perusing the bar and having a look. I'm more interested in obviously vampires more than human beings, and just trying to scope out which are which and where they are and kind of what their behaviors are like. Looking for anything suspicious.
Suspicious like what, as opposed to feeding suspicious?
Yeah, well,
Vampires are kind of suspicious automatically, you know.
no, I guess that's true. Yeah,
so they all look suspicious in one point or another, in one way or another, because they're all here to feed. Basically, that's what they come here for. Occasionally, they come here to do business, but you know, public places and doing business, you can get overheard and overseen and stuff. So it's a dangerous place to do business, really.
this will be more of an unwind spot, I assume. Like most people are enjoying themselves. And
Yeah.
how about how do we get down to this labyrinth? Is there like a certain doorway I should pay attention to, which would be where that? Oh, I guess
You can
would
ask.
Yeah. So, Brendan, how do I get down to this labyrinth downstairs? I might have a look at some
Well,
point.
usually to get to the labyrinth, you need an appointment. So we like to keep appointments, because otherwise you might find there's another client who has already made an appointment there. You don't want to be running into another who is doing whatever it is that their proclivity is, you know? It could be embarrassing for one or both parties.
Oh,
So
absolutely. That
an
makes
appointment
sense.
is quite important. And then there is an elevator that goes to the basement. So,
Okay. So
yes.
basically, I'd make an appointment, and then that elevator over there, I assume.
Yes.
Excellent.
You would be given a code to use the elevator. That's how
You're
it will
actually
work.
gonna do that.
I'm just here to. Well, no, I'm.
I mean,
talking
no,
to
it's fine. I'm not gonna judge.
You can of course do this in a group too if you want. It's no problem if you want to book for a party.
Kind of like paintball.
As you understand, as
You
I've
can
been
literally
through.
play paintball down there if you want to. I don't care what you do. It's up to you.
I don't like guns.
This sound is very dampened down there. There's not a lot of sound will get out. You can pretty much do anything you want.
Is it booked at the moment, Brennan?
Right now, I think there's somebody is going to finish in about 15 minutes.
Well, maybe we could go down there, and of course I'd pay you for the time, and maybe we'll just go and have a look around and see what we can come up with in terms of what we'd like to do down there. And I can think of a few things that we could do down there.
Very well.
Really
You
bored.
can certainly have a look if you want.
Oh, that'll be brilliant. Thank you so much, Brennan.
Usually we have a half an hour between sessions because sometimes there is a cleanup required.
Oh, that's okay. We enjoy that type of mess, if you know what I mean.
Of course.
Very and that's the lowest level of this club, I take it, would be
yes,
down there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All
I'm gonna
right.
sit beside Garwood.
Having fun?
Oh yeah,
Good, good.
it's so delicious.
Maybe we should go downstairs and dance. What do you think?
I love this idea. Let's go.
All right. So she and Guy would go downstairs and dance.
See you guys. I've just got to do something down here.
All right.
It's important.
All right. Good, good.
What is Chase gonna do?
What is Chase doing?
And more importantly, is Lawrence wearing a tie at the moment?
Oh dear.
I believe he would have slipped it off, opened the chest a little bit.
Perfect.
Lawrence, that rebel.
That's what we all came here for. That's the only reason.
Here's your playlist.
Ooh, nice. Cool. That was quick. Yeah, it's good.
right. Sorry,
Yeah, that's
Chase.
what we're
What was
dancing to.
what's Chase doing?
Not talking in the mic is what's
Not
happening.
talking into the mic.
Chase is not talking into the mic.
Yeah.
He's looking around the place. He's looking around the place. You know,
Okay.
walking around the place.
Right.
Not
So-
butting, just looking.
Yep.
Minding his own business.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
Hope you guys aren't
Just-
like this at an actual club. Come on, guys. It's a party.
Wishing this was a helicopter. Mm.
Right.
Don't wish this was a helicopter.
What a weirdo.
Hey, screw it. If those guys are down there dancing, I'm trying to like practice my new dance fever move. Let's fucking go. I'm
Let's go.
going down there and I'm pulling out everything I saw in John Travolta. Can I do a performance check to see if I'm wowing the crowds with my awesomeness or
You can, but you're going to find that the crowds are very specific. Like the people that come here are into a certain type of music and a certain type of dancing, and they're quite stuck up about that. And they're going to
Makes so
think
much
that
sense.
you are a bit of a Fruit Loop and a bit of a freak, turning like, how dare you turn up to a goth club dressed like John Travolta, and like they think you're a fuckhead, basically.
hell yeah? So I'm dancing it off. I don't care what these humans think about me. I'll kill
Let's
them all.
go. Make a
Right.
roll. Come on.
Yep.
Woo them. Use your ore, damn it.
Like I discovered in goth clubs in Los Angeles, they really did not appreciate Michael Jackson dance moves.
Oh shit! Really? Did you break them out? Did you?
Fuck, did I what?
Nice.
You're gonna use ore as well? If you have it, of course.
Do you have
or-
presents? You want to throw some presents in there?
No, I don't have that. I got 3 successes though, so I'm
3 successes.
I'm fucking night fevering the shit out of these golfs.
Okay.
Do I have presents?
Do you have presents? Do you have presents?
Probably not, unless
Chase.
you're
Probably
going
not.
out
I
of
don't. I think you got
plan.
no.
No, I've got dominate and all that sort of
Got-
stuff.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got all specs and dominate and obfuscate.
Watching my friend do what he's doing,
Mhm.
I'm certainly wishing I had presents at this point.
Right. Right.
Get in
Yeah,
there.
Or
I look
are
for
you-
this-
Get in there, Chase.
Alternatively, Chase, you could be using obfuscate so that they don't know you're connected with them. You could
Might
be
get
just
me in trouble in the bar if I start disappearing.
right.
Okay, that's it. I'm looking for the like most stuck-up looking golf kid that thinks I am the biggest loser. I'm walking up to him and I'm saying dance and using my dominate ability on him.
Okay, make a check. Difficulty is 7.
Really?
It's this will-
And Chase is going.
1 success. He's still dancing with me.
Yeah. All right,
Chase
he
is
dances
going.
with you. In fact, they're going to have a dance off.
Oh,
A circle
Oh, shit.
forms.
Chase says, this is how we got in trouble in Nam to himself.
All right, so you're having a dance off with the goth. The goth.
surely this is a sight to behold.
This is a sight to behold. This is a hell of a
We're
sight.
all
to
probably
behold.
like, huh?
This whole night.
You'll have to show me how this golf kid's dancing, Russ. You'll have to give us some moves just so I can picture it in my mind. you know?
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
what comes to
let's-
mind is like the whole goth kids dancing
South
under
Park?
the bridge to
Oh,
Thomas the
okay.
Tank Engine.
What?
Yeah,
You didn't see that? That's good.
it's so funny. They're all like
Wow.
doing their like industrial dance.
Hold on a second. Fucking have to wait for an ad. Okay,
This video has been sponsored to you by YouTube Premium.
here we go. Here's the video.
Where are we looking for this?
Dancing Goths 1984. Did you get it?
That's in Goths.
Where is it?
Oh, it's in the chat.
Which chat?
Zoom chat.
No, didn't
You
get
Are
it.
you
sent
sure
it
you're
directly to
supposed to-
me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. All right, sorry. Here we go. Apologies. Here you go.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh
like
my
fuck!
God.
Like fuck! I can't dance better than that. Let's go.
It looks
I
like
can-
line dancing. Just the line is obscured.
Are you sure this is goths dancing, or is this like the blue monkey that Suzanne Paul brought out in like the 90s or something? This is terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's a philosophy. There is a philosophy to it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I don't count myself among the number. In or out of game.
Okay, well, this is the really bad. This is what I was talking about. Anyway,
This is 1984.
I've seen that one. It's hilarious.
it's I mean, the thing is, I am a goth kid. I would, I'd be on their side and I'd be embarrassed for them.
Well, the thing is, like, what you're showing is this is like cyberpunk. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
cyber goth. This is much later. This is not true goth. Like, it is true
true.
goth. It is true goth, but it's not original goth.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I'm surprised I even know this shit. I learned all this stuff from my wife, honestly.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I could have
Yeah.
pictured you like hanging out at like Waikimete Cemetery or something like that back in the 90s. But all right.
No, I used to hang out at the Auckland Sword and Shield Club back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
And we used to do lots of steel sword fighting. That's what I was into. But yes, okay. That's the dancing. So you're doing a dance off. So you rolled your dex and performance, right?
Oh, I can. I'll
I'm
do that
cheering you
now.
on, Vincent. You got this.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right. No, that's good. That's about the same as him, except that the difference being that the crowd here know him and they're supporting him because they're goths, and they are culturally opposed to your style of dancing. So
Kids
Do it
these
again.
days.
you can't win. There's no
Whoa,
winning.
Kids
whoa,
these
whoa.
days, you just can't teach them anything.
There's no winning this situation. But you're like 100 years old. You're supposed to be doing the Charleston, aren't you?
Well, I only just watched Saturday Night Fever last night, so
Right.
that's what I'm based.
So
I'm
you-
trying to get relevant. I'm trying to understand these kids. You know?
Right. You're like 50 years out, but yeah, maybe not 50, but close to it.
I'm that guy who's trying to be the cool uncle. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to learn what the kids are doing. And
Yeah.
sadly, the first movie I got was the highest rated, which is Saturday Night Fever.
He actually reminds me of Mr. Burns. All right,
I'm
Joe,
gonna
what
go
are you
and-
doing while this is all going on?
Lawrence found a couple of people to top himself off with,
Sure did.
back to a total of 15.
Uh-huh.
And I unfortunately have to cut my part in tonight's game short because there's some scheduled work I need to get to.
All right, fair enough.
So I will
Put back the
allow
tie.
you to decide for me.
Okay. All right. Well,
Wait, can we decide for him because he blatantly wants to get in on this dancing action?
Yeah, clearly that's what he wants to do.
And
He's so keen on it.
what kind of style of dance do we think that Lawrence would do? Like
Crumping.
crumping.
Yeah.
He's the original crumper. He created it.
He's going to stand in the darkest corner and brood.
All right, that makes sense. Lawrence is brooding. That makes sense.
All right.
So
Right.
goth.
Very good. Thank you,
He's
Lawrence.
more
Thank
goth
you,
than
Joe.
everyone.
You have a good
Yep,
night.
I'll
We'll talk
catch
to
you guys
soon.
later.
See you next week, Joe.
Right. Meanwhile, you wait 15 minutes until your so-called appointment comes up,
Excellent.
right? And a security guard comes over to you whilst you're dancing with the goth. You're not quite sure, you're not sure what to expect from this guard. He might be about to throw you out. And then he says, he points to the window upstairs where you were a minute ago behind the glass.
Okay. I signal to Bella, and start moving. I assume Chase is still upstairs at this point.
Chase, where are you? You still upstairs?
When this dancing happened, I came downstairs.
Oh,
You
okay.
came downstairs,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
So supportive.
So Chase had a dance too?
No.
Oh, okay, right.
No. He was just watching his friend have a good time.
What's
Alright.
Jimmy up to? Is he here with us?
Jimmy's not
No.
here.
I didn't bring Jimmy with me. I
Sure would have
tried to
loved it.
talk him into it, but he said a definite no.
Yeah, it's not a great idea to bring your ghouls to a vampire club. They could accidentally get fed on,
Right. Unless
Yeah.
you keep him close.
We don't like
Yeah,
those things.
unless you keep them close. You
Yeah.
need to do that. Okay, so you go upstairs. All of you go back upstairs, and Brennan's there, and he says, "Well, time for your tour if you're still interested."
Excellent. Yes.
To my level.
We will go and check this out and see what we can see. Thank you so much for your time there, Brennan.
He looks at his golden Rolex watch with diamond studs in it, and
Nice. Is that a Submariner?
yes,
Very good. Very good.
out of game. What?
Submariner. It's a type of Rolex.
Okay, I believe you, and I'm sure it's very nice. Whatever it is, it's very fucking expensive. Is all I know. And he takes you over to the elevator, and he puts in a code.
Is Garwood coming too?
Garwood is Garwood coming to?
Can I pay particular attention to the code he's putting in? See if I can memorize it or
You can
anything
try.
like
You
that?
can make a perception and investigation check, please.
Okay. Perception, investigation.
Let's go.
I'm doing it. I'm getting there.
Come on, let's go.
I don't know how good this is going to go. Here we go. One success.
One
Yeah.
success. Okay.
Might be handy to get this code.
You see some of the numbers, but you're not sure about. You're not 100% sure you got it right.
Okay. I'll have to pay attention another time.
His hand is kind of in the way. He does it in a way that's kind of, you know what I mean. He's covering himself, as it were. In any case, the lift starts moving downstairs. Garwood is not going to come down.
Oh, why not?
He says, I got people to talk to. I got things to do.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
You might
And-
just, I mean, it's probably not going to be a great location down here.
I've seen it all before. I've seen it all. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And anyway, Brennan takes you down and the lift doors open up and you find yourselves in this black labyrinth with concrete walls. It's very dark and there are all sorts of paintings in bright neon on the walls of like demon faces and writing from various old and now occult sources.
So
It's-
legitimate, not just like a tourist trap kind of thing. Like it's a legitimate dungeon. Yeah.
How would you know?
That's quite true, I guess.
Are we allowed to, sorry, Mr. Thornhill?
Yes.
Right. Are we allowed to adapt our eyesight to the dark, or are you going to turn the lights on?
No, you feel free to adapt your eyesight.
Okay. I do. Wah, red eyes.
Warm. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Like a
And
beacon.
he says, I just want to check that everything is tidied up. And as you come around the corner, or the first corner of the labyrinth, there's actually like a little lounge there. There's like a table and some red leather chairs, and there's a mirror up on the wall, and there's a little side table with a vase with some flowers next to the mirror. It's like this little lounge in the center of this labyrinth. And the floor looks, it's clearly concrete, and it's doesn't have any carpet or anything like that. There's no covering. It looks a little damp, like it might have recently just been washed. And
Is there anything
Brennan says,
odd, I suppose?
Brennan sits down on one of the couches and takes out a packet of cigarettes. He says, "You'll excuse me, I will stay here. You feel free to look around."
Okay.
Okay. Shall we split up and just have a look around, guys? What do you reckon? Yeah.
Chase?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So you go wandering around the labyrinth, and you find all sorts of little nooks and crannies and niche spots. You find there's one corner where there's like an couple of arcade games in a little corner, and there's what do you call it? A pinball machine. There's another spot where there's a pool table. There's another spot where there's a whole bunch of BDSM shit.
But this is supposed to be like a death maze, right? Like, places where they throw humans down and vampires hunt around with them. That was our theory.
It's whatever you want to use it for. You could use it for that.
Okay.
There's a place where there's a bunch of hooks hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, a variety of things like this.
Is there anything that looks like it's going to a lower level at all, or is it all on this level?
Not obviously. There's no obvious doors or trap doors in the floor or anything like that. You don't see anything like that. You can make a perception and investigation check though.
And all the floors are concrete?
Seem to be.
Okay.
Is there anything like supernaturally?
Like what?
Like I mean, not only is Belle's a medium, but the fact that she she has sleeper stuff. Are there any sleep stuff? Are there any signs or anything that she can go off? Like there was one time where she saw the vampire face come out of the billboard.
Right. You want to make a wits and occult check?
2 successes, by the way. I'm specifically looking at things like underneath the pinball machine to see if there's like a trap door or anything that leads lower down, or
you're gonna move the pinball machine.
Well, I'll definitely walk up to it and give it a little shove and have a look underneath it to see if it's all solid concrete. Basically, I'm looking for where it's not solid concrete. There's obviously a hidden trap door of some sort.
Right. Underneath the pinball machine, there certainly does appear to be something like that, some sort of trapdoor, some sort of
interesting
false floor there. Belladonna, what did you get?
2 successes out of 3 dice, though.
Belladonna, that doesn't nothing particularly occurs to you like that, but okay. You do spot a figure go around a corner down the other end of one of the labyrinth's longer passages.
I'm gonna follow.
All right, you follow, and
my
Chase.
Red eyes. Wow.
Chase, you come out into another lounge space.
Yeah.
And you find there's a small cleanup crew here, lingering with a bucket and mop, talking about stuff. And when they see you, they quickly pick up their stuff and start moving off.
Okay. Just keep walking. Keep looking.
Belladonna, you follow the figure, and suddenly from behind you, you sense there's a person standing behind you.
I turn.
There is a figure with a robe, a white robe with gold trim, and a white porcelain mask.
Hello?
And the figure turns and disappears around the next corner.
I'll follow.
She's gone.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna look around the area that she disappeared.
You find nothing.
Hmm.
Not Lawrence, Vincent, what do you do now that you've discovered some kind of
Okay.
something that seems like it could be some sort of false floor.
First thing I'd do is I guess I'd tap it with my foot nice and hard to see if I can hear an echo of some sort, to see if it goes down. And then I guess I'd be looking for a mechanism of some sort to open it up, probably something built into the pool table or something. Not pool table, sorry, the pinball machine.
After while you're doing that, you sense a figure standing in the nearest entranceway to where you are. You look over and you see Brain,
Chase.
turn. What's his fucking name? Jesus Christ.
The guy,
Brennan?
the bull guy? Yeah,
Brennan Thornhill. Brennan Thornhill standing there, smoking his cigarette. He says, I appreciate it if you don't move that.
Oh, fair enough. That's fine. I was just checking out this Indiana Jones pinball machine. I haven't seen one of these, and yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Of course, we got it about a decade ago, and I just couldn't give it up. I know a lot of people find it very nostalgic, so we kept it.
Oh, that definitely makes sense.
You probably noticed there is something underneath that. Yeah, don't go down there, please.
Oh, anything specific I should know about this?
Nothing that anybody needs to know about. That's he puts his hand on your shoulder. He says, "This is where I stay."
Oh, fair enough. I'll leave that alone then.
Thank you. Keep it to yourself. I would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I really need to make some sort of provision. It's too easy to find, I see. I wonder how many others have found it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think maybe putting a rug over it. No one would notice the seams there. You'd be absolutely fine.
Good idea. Thank you for the suggestions. So, have you had a good look around? Any ideas?
Yes, I have. I mean, I could definitely see us having a lot of fun here. I mean, me and my coterie mates do enjoy a good hunt, and I could see this being quite a fun place for that. Is there any security, any kind of cameras or anything?
No.
That's good. We like our privacy a lot, and we of course pay to make sure that things are private when we come down here.
Of course, that's the idea. So you have your own time, your own space. You do whatever you want. No one to question it, and someone will clean up after you. Perfect.
Yes, perfect. I'm completely sold. I think we're finished here. Thank you very much.
Very well. Well, thank you very much. I hope you have a good night then. Let's find your friends, and I think we have another appointment here in 10 minutes, so we must really get going.
No problem. I saw there was a big pile of blood on the wall just around the corner there. You might want to get you guys to blast that off or something.
Truly, I'll have to check on that. All right. And he takes you back out, and they round up the rest of you guys, and you get back in the lift, unless anybody objects.
Oh.
No?
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I found what I needed to know.
And you get back out, and off you go, out into the club. And Garwood's like, so how did that all go?
I could definitely see us throwing a great party around here, man. Yeah,
it's not bad, great. Not bad. Pretty cool.
It's a brilliant establishment. Yeah.
I have
You
something.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah, shrugging it off.
Anything anyone wants to do now, just before we wrap up?
Well, obviously, we're going to probably start heading our own ways back home. Well, I'll be going to bed at home. I would like to give Chase the piece of paper that I've got in my pocket and just ask him if he sees any weird writing on it, because he's crazy enough not to mention it to anyone else.
The piece of paper in your pocket, right? So Chase, you look at the piece of paper that he pulls out of his pocket. It's a piece of yellow paper looks like it's from a phone book. And it has written in red ink, I can give you your soul back, Vincent.
Interesting. Did he tell me that? I'm waiting.
Chase, do you tell him that?
It says, I can give you your soul back, Vincent.
I love that.
Okay. Thanks, Chase. I wasn't sure if I was going crazy or not. I just needed to make sure someone saw it other than me.
No. Have you seen this a lot?
I've been seeing it quite a bit. Does it ring any bells to you?
Thankfully, not. No. Nothing. Nada. All those things that mean no.
Yet 9 non.
Yeah, all those.
Okay. All right. So that's it. I just wanted to see if my guy was going crazy or not. So that's
No.
fine.
I'm the crazy one. Remember, I'm the crazy one. All right. That sounds kind of cool, though, when I said that. I can give your soul back, Vincent. Isn't that kind of scary?
Yeah. It's strange. I've been seeing some strange things lately, but that's all for now.
At that point, Vincent, does it occur to Vincent that Chase is a Malkavian? Malkavians has Auspex, so he might have been able to read your mind. He could also, he could even be behind all of this.
No, I wouldn't have thought that. I trust Chase.
Okay.
For now.
Fair enough. I'm just here to sow the seeds of dissent,
You mind not sowing them with me? I mean, could you sow them with somebody else? I've got so many sowed everywhere.
Right, very well.
A helicopter falls out of the sky and lands on Chase.
That'd be the third character to die by helicopter.
Yeah, seems appropriate.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tonight.
Yay, that was fun.
It was fun.
Oh
yeah.
my god.